Oh, I'm live. Because we're going to do it. Cool. Awesome. Oh, what's up, guys and gals and reefers of all whatever? My shit is crazy. Um, Give me a minute. I'm trying to set this up. All right. If y'all in the chat, make some noise. See. I'll pull up the chat in a minute. Um, wow. Just read something. Said Hangouts is going away this year. Um, Still not letting me pull up the chat yet. Okay. Guess I'll search my own name. Scheduled for 106. Not live yet? Oh, I'm live now. Okay. What's up, Click Clack? A little choppy. BJ Reptiles TV, everything's going great. Thank you for asking. All right, let's see if I can. So it says I'm on live. Yeah, hear me out there? Okay. Still a little tired from New Orleans. Man, talk about a wild trip. That journey was wild. And then I kind of hurt myself when I got back home. What's up, Chris? Kind of hurt myself a little bit when I got back home from New Orleans. Actually, shoot, I can't see many people watching. I actually had an accident on the bus, but I don't know. Like I hit my ribs on the bus trying to pick up my phone, and I want to say that a rib injury is probably one of the worst injuries because they can't. Even if I broke my ribs, can't do nothing about it. Like they can't. Has to heal on his own. So I had bruised ribs, and I just committed to helping my friend Moki with his tank, 150 gallon tank. Um, what's up? What's up, Jeremy? Um, how's the tank? The tank is cool. So when I went home, when I went away to New Orleans, I added a fish. I actually added two fish. Um, I still haven't seen the Potter's Raz.
Back, gentlemen.
I still haven't seen a powder ras, and I added a powder blue tang. And I'm nervous about even posting the powder blue tang because I haven't had a lot of success with keeping one in my tanks. They say the best success with the powder blue is to get one from already like that's been in the tank already. But this one was kind of free to me, so I went ahead and grabbed him and put him in the tank. He's the only Tang in there, so he's doing okay. He's not really eating the flakes as much, so I'm gonna try some frozen today. I'm gonna try Noise Sheet today. Also, Jeremy, I was on the shuttle bus coming home, and the bus jerked. Oh, I was trying to pick up my phone off the floor, and my shit, my top half of my ribs ran into the corner of the seat of the metro bus, and it hurt like hell. I'm not gonna lie to you. So it's getting better like by the day go by. So we'll see. We'll see. Thanks for all the 8 people that's watching now. Try to open up the chat here. If you want to join, let me know. And I'll throw the link in there. But for right now, I'm just going to talk to you guys about what's going on with my tank. So my sump, my geo sump, it's been running for about 2 weeks, 3 weeks or so, about 2 weeks. And I believe I have a bad controller for my automatic filter or my Clarisy. I thought it was the motor, so Ecotech sent me a new motor. They didn't send the controller. Plugged that in this morning. I pressed the menu button, that still wasn't working. So I'm gonna hit Ecotech up again and have them send me out the controller. So the controller will have just the controller, so I could just send that back, and my optical eye still work, which is is it an optical eye or a flow switch? I can't remember, but that works. And when that's triggered, I can it'll like beep and say like basically time for the filter to roll. Anyway, been talking back and forth with Geo's Reef, and I think it's the controller. So yeah, we'll see. Got in a bad car accident before, and I have occasional back problems. So yeah, I hope mine is not as serious. Jeremy is like having like back problems for like this. I hit it pretty hard. Like I was like squatted down and like flat footed, then the bus jerked and it just kind of threw me back. And it threw me back onto the actual edge of the seat, which was like solid. And immediately I yelled immediately. Like, I mean, a rib shot, man, listen. So I'm kind of like the first night I could barely move like any type of quick twitches or could do nothing, man. But as the days been going by, I've been feeling a little bit better. Like I popped out the bed. But I tell you, man, like any movement in the bed, laying down, like it just whoo. it sucks, man. But I'm gonna tough it out. You know, I didn't want to go to the doctors or anything like that. I don't know what's up with us men with the doctors, but I felt like that was one of the I didn't think I needed a doctor. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to I don't like medication, first of all. I don't like taking stuff. But Marquita made me take this Motrin and took 4 of them. So it was like Motrin 800. That didn't do nothing to me, for me or whatever. So I don't know. I try to like you know, I live by the body will heal itself. I learned I learned that as a kid, you know. If you get a scrape or something and just leave it alone, don't add anything extra to it, the body will heal itself. It's almost like our fish tanks, right? The fish tanks will balance itself out. If we leave it alone, we don't keep messing with it. But we don't. We medicate it and do all this other stuff. But for the most part, fish tanks will, like if you have run high alkalinity or something like that, or high calcium, it'll bring itself down. Yeah. So yeah. So my it's crazy because I'm doing back-to-back vacations or getaways, as I say. So I went to New Orleans this past weekend for like the last 4 days, 4 days, 4 nights, 5 days. And then Saturday, I'll be off to Orlando for Disney. So that's the kids summer vacation, whatever. Um so let's see, maybe I could sneak it to Worldwide Calls or something like that. Lou is he's a good guy. I actually met him a couple times, and hit me up, was like, anytime you're ready, just come on through the Worldwide Calls, give you a tour. But it's for the kids' summer vacation. Just like when I was in New Orleans, it was for Marquita's birthday, but I actually got a chance to sneak over to Jeremy's house and film his tank and just hang out with them guys for a little bit. So she didn't mind because it was like the end of the week, basically. Like, we was about to go home. But if I would have started off New Orleans, like, yeah, let's go to LFS. Yeah, that'd have been a bad week for me. So I try to mix the two. When I go away, I always try to check out a LFS or something like a local reefer. Even when with the LA back in January, I was trying to sneak to LFS, but it was just way too much going on. But this year, January, I'm definitely going to hang out with those guys on the California side, LA, and I'm just gonna have to sneak out or something. Yeah. So yeah. So I'm gonna drop the link in here real quick. But yeah, that's what I got going on with my tank. I still have to do the kid FaceTiming me now. Hold on, y'all. Connect FaceTime. She probably on. Hello? Well, I'm good. Uh yeah, man. Um oh, tomorrow, I don't think I'm gonna run a live stream, probably during the day around this time. But I'm going over Moki's house tomorrow and help him with his 150 gallon tank. Squad, we're gonna meet up. Um, what's up, Anthony? Um, just text me something. Are you gonna wear the leggings again? No, I'm not wearing no leggings. um, so we're gonna see what Moki got in store. And Ben and Jim and all those guys, we're gonna hang out tomorrow over there, Squad. So look for a live stream or something. Bring y'all with us. One thing, do y'all like guacamole? I don't know how I feel about guac. Now they gave this to me. They gave this to me in my with my tortilla, my chips. I usually get chips and queso, but I don't know how I'm a big guacamole fan. Are y'all guacamole fans? This is lunch with DC. Lunchtime with DC. So, question in the chat: do y'all like guacamole? By a show of hands. No, it's not Chipotle, Anthony. It's the place is called Mexico Soul. It's like it's not like a chain like Chipotle is a big joint, but they're affordable. So I go there just about every my lunch. Their Chipotle sauce is fire. this is Marquita right here. Trying to connect with you, baby. I've been eating too. I hate it. Yeah, I don't know. It's weird. Like, doesn't have a taste like avocado. Really doesn't have a taste to it. But guacamole does. Mm. Seems like they put a bunch of onions in it. Let me call. Hold on, guys. I don't like how I feel in my mouth. Yeah, it's a weird taste. Hold on, guys.
Hey.
Hey, you trying to FaceTime me?
I am. Were you declining it or was it just not working?
It wasn't going through. No, I'm declining you.
Yeah, I wanted you to pick the bag. I have found a few different ones, but I wanted to get your opinion on it.
Oh yeah, Macy's. You about to tear it up in Macy's?
Huh?
You about to tear it up in Macy's?
I'm in Macy's.
Nah, send me the just send me some pictures. Yeah.
Okay, I'll see you.
All right. Sorry, y'all. So, key. I'm gonna give y'all the key to Major Key. It's a Major Key moment. That was my girl. She just called me, right? So I got her a Coach bag, pocketbook bag, whatever. Well, they call them bags. A Coach, right? So I don't know her style really. So Major Key fellas, always keep the receipt. Always give them a gift card to go along with the bag. That way they can pick out their own, and your feelings won't be hurt. She's not like a pretty like Louis Vuitton. Like she wants a Louis Vuitton, but they cost way too much. And I was told that Coach keeps this like it's always gonna be in style. Like Michael Kors might go out of style, or Donnie and Burt might go out of style. But that was her just calling saying that she was trying to show me what bag that she really liked. And your fellas won't be hurt, fellas. So Jeremy, if you hear me out there, bro, go get your girl a Coach bag. Get her a Coach bag, Jeremy. Big change. I'm sorry, I've been ignoring the chat. Big changes coming to the 350 / Elo. Man, listen, Tristan, that Elo's deal got me jealous, brother. I don't care for the taste. Oh yes, avocado. I like it because it's healthy fat, helps you manage your diet, and it's bad for your heart. Also, if you eat the first thing in the morning, you will train your body to use fat as energy. Oh, good advice, Anthony. I need to shred avocado. The taste is funny though. All right, you definitely gotta keep the women happy. Yeah, gotta keep the women happy, man. And Marquita loves your girl. Yeah, she was just she's so sweet and nice. She made Jeremy gain all that weight. I'm sorry guys. I'm gonna add the if you want to join. Ain't too much going on here. Let me drop the link in here real quickly. Okay. Press Control and C to copy. Hot sauce on the usually throw hot sauce on the avocado. Tell wife I said side. Yeah, I'm trying to work on a video, man. Got a pack full. I don't know why, but I was thinking planning 2 vacations back to back. Yo, Anthony, what's up, bro?
Not much, man. Saw the link, so I hopped in because your boy's bored and wants to hang out.
Hit me up before you. Oh man. You breaking up a little bit, Anthony. It might be my joint though.
No, it might be me. Hold
No
on.
Wi-Fi.
Let me crack the door real quick.
Hit me up before you come to Oxford. Okay, King. So I don't know what days we're going for Aquashella. I know that's her hometown, Chicago. So I kind of want to do some like some tourist stuff. I always try to mix tourist stuff with the hood. So everywhere I go, I want to do the tourist stuff like a day, and then take me to the hood, take me to the neighborhoods that people look like me, or it just somewhere I could feel at home. So like New Orleans was that. We did mostly tourist stuff though. Like we fell into the whole trap of French Quarters and French Market, which was nice, you know what I'm saying? But when it came to eating, you gotta go outside of the downtown area for New Orleans. Like I know that for a fact now.
Oh yeah.
But that food, that crawfish.
Oh, you've never had crawfish?
If you ever had New Orleans crawfish?
You've never had crawfish, bro?
I have, but not from New Orleans. It's different. It's different. Yeah, you from Houston, so
oh yeah, man.
Do y'all go back and forth to New Orleans a lot?
We don't need to for crawfish. There's a ton of like Louisiana,
for crawfish.
Yeah, there's a ton of like Louisiana crawfish joints, but you need to come to Houston to try Vietnamese crawfish.
Oh, okay. Hold on one second. I'm trying to. It's like you're breaking up a little bit. I'm take it off my Bose.
Seems like he was having some feedback.
It's feedback?
Well, he was having some feedback. I wasn't sure if it was him.
Nah, I have all the volume off on everything.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it's my I got a Bose external speaker, so that's probably what was hearing. What's up, Tristan?
What's going on, brother?
Hey, not man. You know how it is. Summer projects. I'm about to go on my mandatory 2-week step away from the bank for a little bit. So I'm taking that as an opportunity to do some big things that I've been waiting on that just really can't fit in a week, you know?
Mm-hmm.
It seemed like the weeks go by so fast, man.
Don't it though? Like when you were younger, a year was a long time to wait. Nowadays, when I'm going to work, I see like a billboard for a Bruno Mars concert happening like next September. And I'm like, dang, bro, it's like June, man. Like you're advertising for next year?
I love Bruno Mars, man. His music's so dope. Have you been to New Orleans, Tristan?
I've never been down to NOLA. It's been kind of one of my pipe dreams to head down there and check it out. And it's on my list of places to go, just to go and see. The reason I had a trip planned there like last year, and we were planning to go, but someone who had recently went said that they were still doing a lot of rebuilding and getting stuff set up again. But by now, I heard a lot of things are already built back up, that, they're in kind of full effect doing what they got to do. So I'm looking forward to giving it a try. But my wife definitely wants to go, and I want to go. So I think it'll be a fun trip.
Yeah, New Orleans is dope.
It is, man. One thing I like about it, like it's the Big Easy. So it's funny because it's like a chill place, but when the night start to fall, it gets crazy. Like I try to compare it to like Vegas, like somewhere like a party crazy. New Orleans to me is number one as far as partying. Like I never seen nothing like that. Like literally, like we got off the plane, dropped our bags off because we stayed downtown at the Aloft and went straight to Canal and to Bourbon Street and didn't get back until like 4 a.m. Like it's you will enjoy it, Tristan. Like it's one of them places where like you want to capture, like you just want to live in the moment type deal, and try to hit every bar. Like I try to hit every bar I could, from the karaoke bar to like they had the little bull riding. Of course, I didn't ride no bull.
Yeah, so it's suspect when the guys ride the bulls.
Yeah. It was a couple guys that rode the bulls, and then I was like, yeah, nip.
You're not gonna catch me on one, I'll tell you that.
Yeah, you can catch you on a bull. What's up, Jeremy?
For each their own.
What's going on with you?
You ain't gonna get me. What's going on, man?
Ain't nothing, man. Ain't
No.
nothing. Man, yeah, like I was saying, man, I crushed my ribs, man. Coming back from
Man,
DC.
that sounds brutal, bro. I ain't gonna lie.
Dude.
Like, when you told me that instantly made my back. Every now and again, I be having to get my girl to just stand on my back, kind of crack it, kind of like a chiropractor would do. Like that's how bad it is sometimes. So, I know I feel your pain, bro.
Let me
Yeah.
ask you this.
Hopefully, it's not nothing like internal. You know?
Have you ever had someone massage your chest?
Me, no. Just my back.
If you're having back problems, you have to realize the human body, right? For those that don't know, I'm like hella into fitness, hella into all that stuff. So when it comes to like the human body, we have to remember every single thing is connected, right? So if your back hurts, odds are it's because there's an imbalance somewhere else, right? So if you think about it, when your back hurts, right? It could be because your chest is too tight. So you're going like this. And that can cause like that upper back pain. That, or you could have shoulder issues. And the shoulders might need to be massaged or something like that, and loosen those muscles up so that your back isn't contracted anymore. You're able to pull it back, pull your shoulders back and your chest back. And that's going to relieve a lot of stress off your back.
That makes sense, man. Makes a lot of sense.
So you might, if you're having back pain, you want to just try that. That, and if it's like lower back pain, you might want to try like doing ab workouts, because a lot of people have a lot of muscle imbalance in their abs. So it's like you have to realize your lower back is so strong. So if your back is strong and your front isn't strong, the back is constantly tight and it's pulling, right? Or the other way around. Say you do like all chest, you got the same thing, right? Because you want it both to be in the same place.
Right. It's definitely upper back. With my back, it's definitely upper back. Upper back area. Also in a car accident, I got whiplash as well.
Oh,
and
shit.
I got TMJ. So sometimes when I chew, I could kind of hear my jaw popping with TMJ, and that's like an unhealable thing. So
yeah,
but it's not horrible. It like say it like this. Like if I'm chewing, of course, like something like steak, because steak is expensive. If I'm eating something like steak or something like that, then I'll definitely hear my jaw kind of going, making it like a bone shifting noise in a way.
No, I know what you mean. I don't know too much about it, but sometimes I get that too. I had to like there was a good, I forget it was a long time ago, but it was like right here. It's like if I like was chewing, it'd be like just like crack, crack,
Yeah,
crack, crack.
yeah.
And you could,
like,
I could feel the bones
see, as a
shifting
kid,
back
like,
and forth.
Like right. Like, see, as a kid, like we always had the store, and
you know, look at DC cupcaking.
I'm sorry, I was cupcaking.
But you hear that, DC, about the back? If you're having back pain?
Yeah, you saying the chest is kind of like is in connection with the back?
Everything, right? So if you think about it, it's like your back, right, is connected to your shoulders, which is connected to your chest, which is also connected to your abs, which are connected to your knee, to your thighs. You see what I'm saying? So everything is connected. You want to like, if you're having direct problem with your back, yeah, you want to massage it, but there's a chance that it could be something else. Because I know for the past, like, for those of you guys that don't know, I do this thing called a minimum workout. And basically every day I commit to doing at least 100 push-ups. So I've been doing it since the beginning of the year. And I realized like the past month, like I've been waking up and I'm just like, my top back just feels like it needs to be popped every single day. So like yesterday, Stephanie was like massaging my back and I was like, you know what? I've been doing 100 push-ups every single day since the new year. That's 6 months and 27 days worth of push-ups. I was like, I bet you it's my chest. So we went in and just like pushed all the soreness out, all the fluids and everything, and my chest is all bruised up. But immediately after, I stood up and my shoulders just went back. My posture was like perfect. I didn't wake up with back pain this morning, any of that.
Mm.
Yeah. So it's just
Okay.
like little things like that. You just gotta remember. Same thing with like knee problems, right? Because you think about it, it's like your knee. There's no muscle in your knee, right? It's the tendons. It's the tendons, like your IT band and your hamstrings and everything that's pulling on your knee. So if you have imbalance, that's why you get knee pain and stuff like that. So you want to like rub out like your IT band. You want to keep in shape, and your calf and your Achilles tendon, all that stuff, man. That's why it's like as we get older, right? I'm like 32, about to be 33. Like I'm realizing since like I went through that like 60-pound weight loss journey that it's just the maintenance. You have to stay on top of the maintenance as we get older, you know? Not saying I'm old, but I'm realizing it now that you got to put a little bit of time
Yeah.
aside.
Once you get on the other side of 35, you halfway
Sure.
70. You know what I'm saying?
Bro,
Like, look at it like that. You know,
it's
I'm
insane,
trying to
man.
take care of my body more, man. Like this
Yeah.
rib injury, like, man, I would have never lost my balance. Like the younger me, like
Wouldn't have-
more
Yeah.
athletic, I would have never lost my balance on that bus. But it
Yeah.
just seemed like all the weight, because I'd never been. I always been skinny. You know what I'm saying? Just a skinny guy. So
Yeah.
I never been the 190. You know what I'm saying? 192. I always been the 175 or 160.
Mhm.
So I know it's the weight, like that joint just pushed me back, and I could
Yeah.
not brace myself.
What are you weighing right
And
now?
I'm like 192.
See, I'm 196 right now, man. Woke up this
See,
morning.
but you're a little
192.
taller than me though, Anthony. You're like slightly taller than me, so your height, you know what I'm saying? Like you're
Yeah.
about 6'1", right?
I'm around 6 foot, you know. I forget exactly. I haven't
Yeah.
done it in a long time, but give or take an inch.
Yeah, I'm like 5'11", you know what I'm saying? So I mean, when I stood next to you, I could tell that, you know what I'm saying, there's a difference. But
Mhm.
like I said, man, I'm the type of guy I could just jump into a tree
Yeah.
and climb, you know.
Yeah.
But now I don't feel as confident, you know, like I don't feel that I could scale a tree now like I used to.
Mhm.
And I don't like it, yo. Like
Dude, it's
like I
tough,
said,
man.
this rib injury, man. Like I said, I never felt the pain like that. I felt like I've been like I've been playing football and somebody cracked me right in my ribs, you
Mhm.
know, just like a standing up. It was one of them jumps, and I'm like, yo, I was contemplating going to the hospital. I was like, nah. And Marquita kept pushing me. She's like, you going to the hospital? Like she was threatening me. I'm like, yeah, I'm not going to nobody hospital. Like,
Dude,
I'm
dude,
not
it's-
sitting up in there. Like I said I just need to lay down. And that's all
Wow.
that's my whole cure to everything. I just need to lay down.
Dude, but it's like as you get older, man, like when I was in LA, I don't know if you saw the personal vlog, but when I was doing like the road trip to Coachella, like 2-week road trip, I right when we get to LA, bro, I set up the GoPro and I slap it onto the window and my whole back just went pop pop pop. And it felt like no joke, it
Wow.
felt like someone took a baseball bat to the middle of my back. So I was on the floor, dude, and like you said, I'm not a small dude. Like I get comments sometimes that are like, "You're like 190. You look like you're like 165." But I'm like I'm around 6 feet tall, 196 pounds. You know what I mean? I play sports all my life. I'm not small. You know, like when I met Moki, the first thing he said to me is like, "You're bigger than I thought."
Yeah. Oh, Moki is smaller than you thought.
Yeah, but like, so I'm on the floor, dude, like borderline, like in tears. It hurt so freaking bad, dude.
Yeah.
Um,
Oh man. I was wincing so bad, Anthony. Like I was like the dude, it was this white dude. He was like, that's a lawsuit. Like the first thing that came out of his mind, out of his mouth was, that's a lawsuit. And I'm a type of guy like I don't want to, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to go through all that trouble either. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, just get me in the bed.
There's
But
also a level of clumsiness.
Wait, so
right?
like, was it the driver that kind of was like a swerving or something?
Man, she was driving this bus, bro. Like, she was driving this joint like on the movie Speed.
Yeah.
She was getting it, yo. And if I was sitting down in the seat, it would have never happened. You know what I'm saying? It's not like
We're
so
10
I
years
was
younger.
actually right. I was actually underneath the. My phone had fell underneath the seat I was sitting on. So I was like I was flat, like squatted. You know what I'm saying? Flat footed, but I was squatting to get my phone, and then
Mhm.
my body just tilted backwards.
Yeah,
And she had did something like she had turned the corner, and
got
like I
it.
said, that joint hit me dead in my rib, right? And like I said,
Man,
I
look, at
never
least if you ain't
felt.
gonna get the lawsuit, so I feel you on that one, but I ain't gonna lie, she got to get reported or something. You can't be
I know,
driving
right?
other people around like that, man. Like, it got to end somewhat because she might have gave you a rib injury today, right? She might give somebody
Yeah.
a neck injury tomorrow. So that's how I look at it, bro. Look, you gotta.
Yeah,
Oh
man.
yeah,
But
yeah. I agree,
like,
man.
like I was about
Yeah,
to say,
yeah.
it's like I went to the chiropractor and end up like what happened was even just me putting the let me see, I don't got it. Oh here. Like even me just putting the suction cup onto the window, I popped my ribs out of place. So it's like
Damn.
you don't know. You could like it could be something a little more serious. You know what I
I
mean?
hope it's not, man. I
Does
mean,
it feel internal? Like it
yeah,
just
Dude.
it just felt like bruised. It just felt like like I've been playing street football.
Mm,
Have you ever played football, like tackle football?
hmm
yeah, on
It felt like
concrete.
somebody,
In the street.
yeah, concrete
Yeah.
grass.
Yeah,
It felt like somebody really just, gave me a good shot.
Yeah.
Like I was playing
right.
quarterback. I threw it, and then somebody caught me right here.
Yeah.
That's what it felt like.
There's a-
But
You can
I haven't felt that in a while.
yeah.
Like,
Did you have problem breathing? Do you still have like because when it happened to me, it was like for the next like 4 hours until we could get an appointment. It felt like I couldn't breathe, man. It was
yeah,
intense.
like if you know how you do an intentional, real deep breath, like
Yeah, it
it
hurt.
was one of them joints there. Like, I mean, regular breathing, like I wasn't short breath, like I could breathe regularly, but if I would try to like do a deep breath to like release, oh nah, like
Uh,
soon I breathe in, it's like, oh,
what about now?
it's like you grab for it, and it's one of the moves like I can't any movement like if I reach down for something or if I reach up, it's going, I'm gonna feel it. It's gonna kind of like
Mhm. Still,
kind of tense me up. It's getting better, And then that
bro.
the bed at the Aloft, the pillows. I don't like a real soft pillow.
Hmm.
So those pillows were soft. So
Mhm.
my neck is, both our necks was like
Yeah, no
hurting a little bit.
support.
Hmm.
So
Right.
I got
That's why I went. So, oh, you
go
can go.
ahead.
Yeah. No, I was about to say that's why I went and got the Tempur-Pedic pillow because after the car accident, I had like really bad neck problems along with the back problems. So what I like with the Tempur-Pedic pillows, they're like soft but firm because you still need like a firm pillow with some weight to it to support your neck and head, man. Like those soft pillows and your head just sinking straight up, it's almost like you're laying on nothing.
Dude, I'm not gonna lie. I lay on nothing. I might put like a soft pillow on my neck, but I sleep on a hard mattress and I don't use a pillow. I'm just chilling. Cause that
Yeah.
I can't do a hard mattress, bro. I think I'll go crazy. I can't
yeah,
do a
man,
hard mattress.
it, it
My
would
back
suck.
would just yeah.
It's actually good for your back though. That's the thing. The hard mattresses
It
are
might be good for my back, but mentally it's
It don't
not.
feel good.
yeah. That's what I'm saying though. It definitely took some time getting used to it because I don't know, I went to a doctor after like in a basketball tournament, I like tore my knee or something. I went to a doctor and I knew it was a problem when he came in the room. He's like, "Are we looking at your left knee or right knee?" And I was like, "Right knee." And he goes, "Oh shoot." And basically he told me like I have the body of a 40-year-old at the age of 25 because of all my injuries from sports.
Mm-hmm.
And
Wow.
he's
Hey,
like,
Infamous, you ever used a inversion machine before?
no, I don't even know what that is. Let me look it up.
What's that?
So, okay, so an inversion machine is basically a machine that you hang
Oh, I
kind of
see it. Yeah.
by your ankles, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then it leans back. But what it does is
So
it puts
Elijah.
gravity in the opposite directions because you kind of hang at like a 45, and eventually you could get all the way to straight up and down, 90-degree angle hanging down. But it basically just puts all of your weight, your body weight and stuff off of your
Mhm,
bones, and it just kind of makes them all align nice and straight.
mhm,
And when I used to play football, We had a couple of them at the gym, and like after hitting the pads and being on the field, getting a couple of hard hits, man, like we used to have to go in that machine because your body's so compressed, man. It's like from getting hit, from walking around, sitting, standing, walking, jumping, or whatever. Because I bet you, like a lot of people right now, if you go to like a pull-up bar and try to hang from the pull-up bar and just let your body go loose a little bit, you will be in the worst ever. Like, oh my god, this feels so weird. This hurts so much. And the thing is, it's not supposed to. Right? It's not supposed to hurt you. You're supposed to feel normal. You're supposed to feel normal. You're supposed to feel healthy. But my dad used to have a lot of back and knee problems and stuff, and we bought him an inversion machine, and he uses it like at least once a day. And he'll after work he'll sit in it, he'll hang back there for like 20, 30 minutes, and then when he's done, you feel so much lighter on your feet, like you feel springy again, it's like all that compression that was on your spine and your back and stuff. Really helps out, I think.
No, I definitely I saw someone in my old apartment using it. I definitely want to get one. It's just like for me, it's so hard right now because I don't. There's a lot of tentative plans about our living situation, so it's like we don't even know where we're gonna be to have one. But I definitely like once I get situated, I want to get one. Like once you started talking about, it, I knew exactly what you were talking about.
So I think Jeremy, the youngest guy on the actual Hangouts, I just found out he's 26. So I feel like the old head. But I'm 36.
Yeah.
36.
And
You look good for your
35.
age though, so
you 35,
Hey.
Tristan?
Yeah, turned 35 this year.
Thanks, man. Yeah,
30.
we 80s babies.
Yeah.
But what's Felfie was talking about in the chat, water beds. Do y'all remember those? I know
Dude,
Jeremy
yeah.
don't
Japanese
remember
parents
water
have
bed.
one.
I remember. I always wanted one, but I never. I don't know.
Jeremy,
I think
you don't
around the
remember the
time
water bed, Jeremy? Get out of here, man.
I remember the water beds, man. But look, at the same time, they stopped selling them around the time I was around, But I
Okay.
definitely remember. I remember movies and stuff, and they had water beds in them.
Yeah. Those used to be like if you had a water bed, you can it's like you had money if you had a water bed. Like that was like luxury.
Yeah, I heard that. I heard that too.
Man, you want a water bed right now? Just get yourself a blow up bed and put water in it.
Yeah.
I
Get an
would,
air
I,
bed.
would, I would highly suggest against that.
Man,
Water be
the way
everywhere.
the way them air mattresses are set up, dude, them air mattresses so
Dude,
whack
them air
nowadays,
mattresses
bro.
don't even keep air in them.
I'm about to
Yeah.
say it definitely can't
What y'all
hold
feel about
water.
air mattresses? Y'all think that's comfortable? Like an air bed? Y'all
All
think
right,
that's
look, I'm
comfortable?
gonna tell you
There's
like
some nice
this.
ones,
I'm gonna tell you
yeah,
like
if you
this.
get an expensive
They
one.
they do have some nice ones, but the cheapest one is the best one. I did a test, like literally, bro. I remember one time we had to stay at this hotel and we was trying to find a new apartment. And it was, my brother and us, so he needed an air mattress because it was only like two beds. Well, one bed, I meant to say. And I went to Target and got this Coleman brand. And I was like, man, this gotta be good, man. This is a twin air mattress and it's $30. And I was like, all right, it's better be good. But it came with a pump also. So we bought that thing home, bro. That thing, like, look, I don't know what happened to it, but it started leaking air as soon as you laid on it. Then we went to Walmart and got the Intex brand for $8. And we still got that thing right now, man. We still got that thing.
Mhm.
And it's doing good.
Yeah, I bought one
Intex is a
from
better
Marshalls.
brand, bro.
I don't know if y'all have Marshalls where y'all live at. Marshalls.
Yeah, we got Marshalls, yeah.
Yeah, but I found one. It was like $40, and I like the one because you don't have to like have an external pump. It's like got the pump already inside,
Mhm.
and you just plug it up,
Oh yeah,
whatever.
yeah.
Yeah, that joint.
I
My
think
sister,
those
man,
also pump it when it feel like getting low too.
yeah, my sister, man, she never returned my joint. Yeah, I'll go up to her house to get it back. Cause that's perfect. Like if you like you traveling, you know what I'm saying? Y'all wanna
Mhm.
I don't know how y'all grew up, but we were piling into a hotel or somebody's house. We'd be sleeping all on the floor, the couch, or whatever, So that's perfect for
Yeah. So
you
my
want
mom,
a couple.
she's definitely weird. If we took like a family trip, she didn't allow us to sleep in hotel beds. We had to take a
Mhm.
sleeping bag and put it on top of the actual hotel bed and sleep in that.
Yeah, dude.
What?
It
My
might be
mama
filthy.
weird, bro.
Dude,
Oh,
Yeah,
you
I'm gonna be
she don't
real.
mess with hotels, bro.
Dude, my family does has been doing like vacation rentals for like 15 years now, and we hire maids from hotels to do the cleanings. Bro, the stuff they tell us, they be telling us they don't even wash the comforters. They
damn.
throw them joints back on there. Yeah, they're like, don't ever use the top comforter. Never use the top comforter.
It in
That's
any
that's
hotel, you saying?
yeah. These are well, they're just saying it's not like I'm sure some places do it. I won't speak. Nothing is absolute, you know what I mean? But the fact that it's even some, can you imagine all the people that sleep in that thing? Nope.
I'm gonna have to start going
Yeah,
with my little black light, my little coral light, and
Bro,
like
yeah.
expecting that joint.
Yeah, the top
man, you'll
one, they
probably be
said like
surprised what
they'll
you
wash
find.
like they wash the white sheets for sure. But the top one, sometimes there's no time. You know what I mean? They got like
Oh,
a 30-minute turnover. They're like, there's a chance that your sheets aren't getting washed. Like
damn.
the top sheets. But it's also like they say the filthiest thing in a hotel room is the remote too. So people they suggest like putting them in plastic Ziplocs.
Pelfrey says nothing is clean. Think about how many people peed in the shower.
Yeah, true that.
Yeah, you're right
Yeah,
about that.
what
Look,
do
at
you
the end
do?
of the day, that's why I said my mom, she got kind of carried away with that. Look, at the end of the day, you're not getting away from germs trying to be a germaphobe. They got too many germs out here, man.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah,
yeah.
I'm
I
like
don't know,
that.
but that bed sheet stuff is like, oh.
most we do is take pillowcases when we travel. Pillowcases,
Hmm.
and if
Mm.
possible, we'll take like the flat sheets because we don't really use all the hotel stuff, but we'll take pillows and flat sheets. And usually one thing we like to do too is like as soon as we get into a hotel room, we just call on and be like, hey, can we get our sheets changed? And then we make them come back up with sheets.
Make sure they're hot
I know
too.
they be pissed at you, Tristan. They're like,
Hey,
man,
I don't
who's
give
this
a
guy?
damn. I'm paying like $200 a night for this damn hotel. You gonna give me
for
some damn
real.
clean sheets?
It's like when you go to the like McDonald's and you're like, I want fresh fries. I want that shit hot.
Yeah, but man, it's always that thought when you ask them for fresh fries. Like somebody
Yeah.
back there, they about to be
No,
pissed
this I'm gonna
off,
give y'all
and they about to
I'm gonna
look
give y'all a
over
major
those
key,
fries.
yo. I'm gonna give y'all a major key so you don't have to ever get cold fries again. Y'all ready?
Hmm.
Y'all ready to
Got
check?
it.
Y'all ready to hear it?
I got a pen. I'm writing it down.
Ready.
Listen, whenever you like, I know we could say collectively McDonald's is one of the most tasty fries. You know, if you go to McDonald's, you know you like their fries.
Yeah, they're solid.
Hmm.
Always ask for French fries with no salt,
Yeah,
right?
I heard this.
So what happens is because soon they take it out the grease, they dump all the salt on it. And if you ask for no salt, they gotta drop you a fresh batch.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? They always gonna be hot. Trust me. Now y'all drop me some super chats.
That's
It
a good one.
rain in the chat room right now. I got all y'all hot fries.
Mhm.
That's a good one. That's a good one, man.
No salt.
Uh,
Ask for no salt. I promise you, you get hot fries every time.
I don't know,
Yeah.
Brian. Look. How would you do it at Wendy's, man? Because I ain't gonna lie, I like they sea salt. They sea salt pretty good on their fries. Do the same and just kind of. Because I know you can always add your own salt. Probably get a salt packet or something. But the sea salt on Wendy's
Yeah.
fries pretty good though.
You got what you do is you bring your own. You go to the to Kroger's or wherever, and you grab some pink Himalayan salt, and you put it.
Oh,
in
we
your
don't have no
bag.
Kroger's down there, dude.
Dang.
That's a Texas
You
thing.
said
We ain't got
pink
no
Himalayan
Kroger's.
salt?
Grocery store. Pink Himalayan salt, man, it's good for you. It's better
Yeah,
for you.
yeah. It's also
Pink
super
Himalayan.
expensive because it's only
Yeah.
found like in one part of the world, and they kind of own the market share for the entire thing.
Yeah.
That's publicly
Hey,
traded. Pink Himalayan salt. It's
but
actually a commodity.
I get that, but it's like, and I'm this coming from a guy. I'm like hella into the fitness stuff, so it's like, I think about how much money I spend on my tank, right?
Right.
It's like, but I won't spend an extra dollar for some healthier salt,
Right.
you know,
On your own
Well,
body. Right.
for my own body, right? It's like
I,
I'm so worried about the ecosystem of my reef tank or this or that.
Yo, but Ant, you need to watch that documentary on pink Himalayan salt. It's the same as regular salt, just pink.
Mhm. No,
I never
I'm
seen
pretty sure
Big
there's
Top.
case studies about the health benefits. Let me look it
Mm,
up.
Nah, I'll link you to the documentary. I watched it. Yeah, that's how I know that it's so damn expensive and where it's fine because I watched the whole documentary on it. I was just like, damn, here I have this pink Himalayan salt lamp. I didn't know how expensive that was.
Man, look, since we're talking about this, because every now and again I'll take a trip to Whole Foods, because definitely like getting the salmon and stuff like that. Uh,
You ain't lying.
but
Hold on.
what
I'm sorry. I'm talking to myself.
you know, you good. Look, that salmon they got, man. It tastes amazing, and plus, I think it's only $10 per pound, so you get a good deal over there. But even Whole Foods, bro, like they got so much like of the good stuff, the organic stuff. But it's like when you look at half of that stuff, it ain't all just good stuff. Like they'll have some stuff and they'll be branded conventional, and it's like, what the hell does that mean?
Mm.
Like they'll have almonds in it, right? And they'll have like to where you can push the little thing and let the almonds out and bag it up and of course get it and be out of the store. So they have two of those. They'll have conventional almonds and they'll have organic almonds. Like I ain't gonna lie. At this point, bro, I'm tired of the organic stuff. Like I'm done with it. Like to me, I'm
Yeah, me
convinced like that shit just bullshit, bro. I'm sorry.
Nah,
It's
Yeah.
too
yo,
much of the
yeah,
organic. Yeah.
yeah. Let me. So I had the same argument with a family member, right? Because they're like, oh, I only eat organic fruits and vegetables, and I only eat organic chicken. And I was like, how do you know it's organic? They said, oh, well, this company only does organic. I'm like, but do you know what the law is, though? And they're like, what you talking about? I said, well, before that chicken comes off of the, air quote, organic farm, they need to make sure that they have none of these diseases. They got to be inoculated with this type of thing and all this other type of stuff. All these injections that these chickens got to get in their food and stuff to make it FDA approved to be able to sold.
Bro.
So
Yeah.
the only thing that's organic is if you fed your chickens homegrown corn that you grew from seed and not in a box, and you know for a fact that they were free range chickens and they were eating on your farm. And let me tell you something, if you ever raised chickens or ever been on a farm and you saw farm raised chickens, you'll realize that farm raised chickens don't look nothing like what you buy at Walmart or in the store. They are way
Yeah.
skinnier, it's way less meat, it's a
Mhm.
whole lot of bones,
Yeah,
Mhm.
and you
you gotta
got
inject them with some steroids, man.
yeah, you gotta kill about like 3 chickens to get a bucket of KFC. All right, that's all
Yeah.
I'm saying.
Look, church's chicken be strong. Church's
But
chicken used to be the biggest
check
chicken I ever seen in my life.
check this out though. Speaking of chicken, did you know the majority countries do not accept U.S. protein?
Absolutely.
It's because
Oh,
they use
definitely.
it. We have
Yeah.
some of the lowest standards for like meat in the world.
Yeah, we just trying to get a feel. Like if you think about some of these places giving you like 6 pieces of chicken for $5, you know what I'm saying? Like it's disposable to them. Like that stuff is easy to keep it coming. Like Church's chicken, man, they give you a whole bunch of chicken for like $3.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? They just killing us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's it called, Tristan? You sure right. I'm looking at this Himalayan salt stuff. The only difference is the minerals are different, but the sodium content is exactly the same.
Yep. Yeah, but the minerals that
So
come
yeah,
from
let's
only
talk.
one
Now that
percent.
we
That's the 1%.
Hmm.
The
now we
additional.
talk about diet, just keep it on the reef talk. Like, do y'all just feed y'all fish and stuff, all kinds of stuff, like flake, pellet, and
All right.
frozen, or just stick to one
I don't
thing?
keep I don't
So
keep fish.
so I'm gonna tell you my experience, DC. Right. So I bought Rod's food, and we sell Rod's food, and I bought LRS Reef Frenzy and all that stuff. And just like Rico the other day, he had got an order or whatever, and it had melted or whatever. So I let mine had melted because I was out all day and forgot that I had bought food at the fish store. And when I got back home and I kind of just shrunk it all down, so that whole packet that's like 11 inches long by like 8 inches wide, flat packed or whatever,
Water.
it's water, right?
Yeah.
So it really goes down to just this very little bit of food at the bottom. And And what I found is that when people feed like something like flake food, right? You see somebody pick up a pinch of flake food
Yeah.
and they throw it in their tank. Um, the next time you're about to feed your fish, if you can spare it, um, the amount of food that you're gonna actually feed your fish, crush, and if it's flake, crush it up. Okay, crush it up into a powder and see how much food you're actually feeding your fish. And I bet you it's going to be probably like a teaspoon of food is what you're going to actually be feeding your fish. And the same thing when you're about to go feed those pellets, right? Crush them up, put them into a powder, and you realize that most of that is all air, right? And what I found is that since I've started feeding my fish homegrown food, food that I went to the store and I bought it, threw it in a blender, blended it up, and stuck it in the fridge, um, my fish are fatter, healthier. My tangs don't have any HLLE. They don't have any no type of lateral line diseases. They eat and are calmer, and they don't go crazy all the time. But when there's a feeding response, when I'm about to feed, they go crazy for it. I feel like some people have trained their fish to eat this flake food and they just go lazy, like, oh yeah, I'm gonna go eat this flake food because that's
Me,
literally all that's available. That's all I'm gonna feed them.
you stepping
And
on my toes right now, Tristan, man.
yeah,
Goodness.
well, hey, it is what it is. But I just find that my fish, I'm a pop and dropper too. I don't do the whole quarantine. I buy healthy looking livestock that looks healthy. I see it eat in the store. But you feed these packs of mysis shrimp and you think you're feeding your fish what they eat in the wild, and I'm pretty sure your fish ain't catching mysis shrimp like that. You know what I'm
So,
saying?
so
Like
what
it
you
only
do?
accounts for a small part of their diet.
So what you do? 'Cause I saw Fisher Hex do a video. So you blend it up kind of like how he does. I don't know if you saw that or not, but
Yeah, I did. So I don't make it into a paste the way he does. His kind of looks like a paste. In my video when I did it, mine were mostly like chunks. Like the smallest chunks would be like the head of like a toothpick. You break a toothpick in half, it'd be like a matchstick head. That'd be like the smallest food that I put in there. But majority of food are like chunks, like shredded, but they're still chunky, like bits and pieces that
mm,
don't like go all over the place. And for me, when I feed my food, it's very clean. It's like it's not powdery. It's not a bunch of that like um milk. You know what I'm saying? Like the milk that you get off of feeding frozen food if you don't rinse it and drain it first. But when I am forced to feed prepared foods already, I tend to rinse it and drain it. And when you feed it, it's very clear. But if you took that, I mean, anybody can try this. Like you pick out your PE mysis, right? You take it over to your tank. You put the piece of frozen food in there. You shake it around a little bit until it gets broken up. You see a very milky thing come off of it, right? Now
yeah,
you take the same PE mysis, get you one of those little metal strainers, stick it under some cold water, right? And just let the water run through it until it breaks it down, till it's all defrosted. And then feed that, and you'll notice how much cleaner it is. So for me, I tend not to want to feed that milky stuff. I want to make my own food. I don't get the milky stuff at all. So, I mean, I just think it's just healthier for my fish, man. I just go after I just feed them. I mean, and I listen. I spent like maybe $40, $50, right? And I have food for like 6 months.
mm.
You
Dude,
know,
BRS did something like that too, where they did a whole bunch of prepared foods from going to the grocery store. BRS TV did that as well.
yeah, because
I
you
know
ain't
what you're
buying a
talking about.
lot. You ain't buying a lot. Like you buying like, because they even sell it. Like they literally sell what looks like prepared food, right? In like a frozen pack, right? A frozen like squid and clam meat and all this other stuff. It's not cooked. But you buy, and those are things like $5, right? And
Hmm.
Right.
you buy like five of those, and you blend that up, man. You pretty much make it real. Give your fish like real food. And I think they just overall be healthier. I think in my
And better
opinion,
color and stuff, right?
the key to fish health is through their diet, just like humans, right? So you could
Yeah.
dose whatever you
Right.
want, but unless they're eating good, they're not going to be strong enough to do a lot of things that you want them to do.
Hmm.
Right.
That's interesting, man. Interesting take, because they say I know some people like that. They say the milky stuff is for the corals and You know, they eat that and all that stuff. So it's an interesting take. I'm not gonna lie. It's partly I want to blame this on Moki because he introduced me to the reef flakes, the prime reef flakes.
Mhm.
I'm telling you, like when I first fed those to my fish, they went crazy. Yo. Like that eating response was like everybody was just going, going for it. I was like, okay, they like this stuff. But now since I switched them over, they do eat the flakes, but now my powder blue is not. He doesn't aggressively. Cause I want my fish to go for it. Like I want them to, I want them to eat. I want them to feel like when I walk up to the tank, it's time to eat. Like I want them to come to the tank and stuff like that. But the powder blue kind of like he like almost laid back. And he the dominant. He's supposed to be the dominant fish in the tank. So I'm wondering like, because I'm real sensitive about the powder blue because that's my favorite fish, and I don't want to keep going through them.
Mhm.
So I'm trying to like figure out ways. But I like the idea of giving them prepared, like frozen food from the store, that stuff that we eat. Because here in DC, man, I got a pallet for like I can go down to the wharf, which is like downtown DC, like this on the water, and I get all
Right.
fresh like stuff like it's nothing. So I think I'm gonna do that when I go get my crabs and stuff. I think I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna get squid. I'm trying to get all that stuff. I'm gonna live stream it too. That might be good.
Right. The
Yeah,
only thing I
because
wouldn't feed is tilapia. I don't know why, but I see a lot of people feeding tilapia to saltwater tanks, and I don't know.
Isn't
To
it?
me, I don't mess with tilapia at all. Not even as a human being. Especially
I don't
like don't ever get tilapia from Walmart. Like it literally says on the bag that there's carbon dioxide inside of the bag. So it like that tilapia, bro. I'm sorry, but like the stuff I read and the fact that a lot of fishermen and stuff said that they never even seen it in the wild. Like some stuff is just man-made, man. I'm sorry.
yeah,
Like
I wouldn't eat farm raised tilapia, but I would. I have and do like when I go down to South Florida and we go fishing and stuff. Yeah, we keep wild tilapia, and let me tell you something. If you look at a wild tilapia meat versus a farm raised tilapia meat, put them side by side, fry them up in the same recipe, and taste them. The wild stuff is way better, way
yeah,
way 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 better, way better, way better. I mean, like really. I mean, I won't buy tilapia in the store. Like I'll go catch it myself. You know. Um,
right.
so I mean, and really, I don't really buy fish because I go fishing so often and so many times a year that my freezer always has fish inside.
Man, I
Always.
wish I knew how to fish. That's definitely something I want to do.
Bruh, I'll teach you anytime, man. You find your way down to North Carolina, let me know. We'll go fishing
Bro,
together.
I've never caught a
That's
fish
cool.
in my whole life.
What?
The
You
closest I've
never
ever
been
got.
fishing?
No, I
Man, ain't
didn't say I've
nobody
never
never
been
take you
fishing, bro.
man.
I said I've never caught a fish. I've
You
caught a
never
stick.
caught a
I've,
fish?
I've caught a couple sticks, but I never caught a fish, bro.
I
Wow.
have.
Stephanie, want to say hi?
Steph,
Hi.
what's
How you
up,
doing?
Steph? You
Steph
caught
just
fish?
got
How you
done.
doing?
Steph just got done filming her video.
Dope.
I've caught a fish before. I've caught a shark before.
Nice.
Wow, seriously?
Seriously?
Yeah, in deep sea fishing.
So was it like you were kind of wrestling trying to catch it?
Yeah,
Them
it was
sharks are
actually on
strong.
it was actually on a huge boat, like almost like a cruise, I guess. And everyone had a pole, and I had to like walk. I had to be like, "Excuse me, excuse me, excuse me," to each person.
Now, a pet peeve of every fisherman is these new fishermen coming out there and getting their line caught in your line. Like
Yeah.
people hate that.
No, but see, on a party boat, that's expected. That's just a respectful thing to do. Like you got a big fish on, you try to fight him in place. But I mean, I've caught like a 4 foot kingfish on a party boat before, and the party boat with like 80 people on it. So
Man,
Yeah.
I fought that fish literally around the boat.
jeez.
Yeah. And even then when we got it, we had to gaff it down near the water edge because you imagine pulling up a long 4-foot fish that's probably like 40 pounds and on a line that's rated for like 65, 75 pounds, it's going to pop the line. So you got to gaff them at the water and use the pole to pull them up. But yeah, I fought that fish for a good 20 minutes walking around the boat as needed, man. Everybody was like, yeah, it's just a respectful thing. But
Yeah.
what they don't like is people who drop their line down and they're not paying attention to it. Like you don't okay, first of all, you will get a dirty look from every single person on a party boat who goes on a party boat often or have been on before. If you drop your line down in the water, pull out your phone and get on Instagram. That is a no go. That is a no go.
I feel like that's anywhere nowadays.
Shoot.
Yeah.
You'll watch me not give up. I'm like, Instagram.
I think the first time and you take anybody fishing, take them fishing, let them go catch a fish, a game fish like bluegill. That gives them the you catch you listen. I don't know. I've never gone out fishing and not at least been able to catch a bluegill, right? So you just got to go and target your species. I mean, I've chosen not to catch a bluegill because I wasn't targeting them or I was targeting something else. But if I felt I needed to scratch catching a fish, yeah, I'll catch a bluegill, take the edge off, and then I'm like, all right, I'll go after what I'm really looking for. But for the most part, you take somebody new fishing, let them go catch a bluegill. That'll give them the taste of what it's like. And then if they really like it, then you go. I think people who don't enjoy fishing, they tend to go out there and thinking, oh, they're gonna catch a freaking whale shark, off the beach. That's not gonna happen. That's not gonna
Man, like
happen.
I just want to go for the experience, man, because
It's
it
I
looks
just want to
peaceful.
catch a fish. I don't care what it is. It could be a minnow. It could be a Danio. It could be a tetra. I don't care. I want to catch it.
Yeah.
Finally, be able to tell people I've caught a fish.
Yeah, you know what's funny, Ant? I come from a country where swimming in the river, I see all those fish: discus, danios, tetras, neon
Where you
tetras.
from?
Guyana, South America.
Hmm.
I've seen them all. I've seen them all, man. We've caught like throwing a cast net. We've caught so many like aquarium fish as a like bycatch and throwing them back. It was so funny because I was
People
talking
pick
to my uncle, and he said he remembers when he was 16. Some people came over and they wanted to go collect fish, so he took them all up into the creeks and stuff like that to go catch all these really crazy fish. And when he saw my fish tank, he was like, "Wow, we got all these back home." It was a freshwater tank at the time. He's like, "We got all these back home." I said, "Yeah, I know. Just imagine if we can get them here, I'll be rich."
Yeah. Dude, I'm not gonna lie. Like lately, y'all know how this new tank going up. I'm tempted to do a planet tank. So tempted.
Man, don't do it, man.
He said, "Don't do it."
Now I keep telling people like I don't understand the to me it's like if you're gonna do planet tank, you gotta have your saltwater tank along with it. Like to me, every time I look at a planet tank, I'm like, it's pretty, it's nice, but that's as far as it go for me. Like it's like I'm not intrigued. It's like this is not.
What do you do with it? That's the question. Like,
You just let it sit there. It's just boring.
You let it sit there.
You just let it sit there, and it's just like that's like having a picture, hanging a picture on the wall and looking at it, and like, oh, that's nice, and then that's it. Like to me, that's how far it goes with Planet Tank, and I couldn't imagine just having just a Planet Tank.
Mm-hmm.
I would have to have like both, like Planet and Reef Tank. That way, I could kind of enjoy the Planet Tank, but could go back to the Reef Tank and be just engulfed. Like,
Dude, the
I don't know.
tank,
Freshwater, I don't see why it's so. I don't understand the popularity
dude.
in freshwater.
It's easy, but two, it's like my dream tank. Honestly, if I could have one or the other, I would have like a 300-gallon like Tanganyikan tank. And the reason is because like Lake Tanganyikan cichlids, they come in all different kind of morphs, all different colors, all different like shapes and personalities. You have shell dwellers, you have rock dwellers, you have community, you have like top swimmers, you have Frontosa that like hunt and all these things. So to me, that's hella cool. Like you can create communities in your tank and see the communities grow.
But they all had the same. I mean, they all had the same swim patterns. Like they all kind of like.
Not Tanganyikan. Lake Tanganyikan, is like the largest lake in the world. It has like the most biodiversity or something like that. And the colors are very similar amongst the fish, but the personalities and like traits, characteristics, like the where they swim, their behaviors, what they look like, are totally different. You gotta look it up, man. It's like,
He got me there, man.
to me,
I-
it's the coolest tank.
I feel like a nano tank with
Yeah.
all like I can make a nano tank so busy and so different, so colorful, and just a net. It could sit on my desktop.
Mhm.
Like I can't do it. And I did see like a nano freshwater, and it was like these little pea puffers.
Mhm.
I mean, it was so small. I put it on my Instagram. It was so tiny, right? But that's all you could put in there. I can't put nothing else with the puffers because they're going, nip at them, or like if I put a crawfish in there, something it's gonna eat it up. You know what I'm saying? So it's like Planet. You got one color,
Yeah.
you got green, and
Very
that's it.
easy.
Like
You want to go after you?
I could stare at my refugium all day, literally. Like I could sit there and look at my refugium and be like, wow. Like if I want a Planet type fix or something, I'll just make a
Display
bomb
refugium.
refugium. Yeah, I just make a bomb refugium and be like, that's it.
That's it.
So I don't.
I feel that. There's
And nothing against, I'm sorry, nothing against the freshwater guys, and I love it all, but it's like it ain't for me, man. I don't see how you go. I could go from reef to fresh. Like I'll go from fresh to reef.
I think it's like
But-
one of those things, like the appreciation is just different, right? It's like with a reef tank, obviously you like love the colors and everything like that, but maybe with like a Planet tank, you one for me it would be I would be down to try something new, but it's also like
Yeah, because it's definitely a challenge. I mean, it's
Yeah.
sort of like trying to keep SBS
yeah,
when you
and
keep the plants in a way.
it's something new. But even like the color though, the color you can get colorful discus, you can get colorful like there's different colors. So it's
Yeah,
just
I've had discus before. I'm sorry, bro. Like discus ain't got nothing on saltwater, but they beautiful. I know what you're saying, and
But
they're
it's just-
expensive too. They're
it comes
expensive
back
for
to,
what they
like,
are.
for each their own. You know what I mean? Like getting back to what we were saying earlier is like that's my dream tank. If I could have one tank, it would be a big ass Tanganyikan tank. But I wouldn't want a small Tanganyikan tank. You know what I'm saying? Like I would want a huge Tanganyikan tank or like a reef. Like after that, it's reef for a while and then maybe a Planet tank. But
Yeah.
I'm bummed that I needed to upgrade. I'm loving my 10-gallon right now. It looks dope.
That's what's up, man. Like I was looking at my tank this morning and just cleaning glass, and I'm just looking at the fish. Like I had my my damsels darting through the rock, and then I had my my Midas blenny, man. If you don't got a Midas blenny, man, you're just doing a disservice. A Midas, I tell you, that is like one of the best fish, like because it looks like it's pretty in color, but it swims like a sea snake,
Mhm.
but it has personality. It like
And if you get
he
lucky,
like
you
backs
get
into
streamers.
like he goes into a little hole and just like
Yeah.
some about a Midas blenny, like it's
Okay.
almost like a clownfish to me. Like you gotta have one.
Dude,
Like
a fish I think is like that is the jawfish. I feel like everyone
Oh, man.
has to have a jawfish.
listen, jawfish. Now I wouldn't do the blue spot jawfish, although I think they're like the best looking ones because they don't have a good, I guess, survival rate or whatever.
Mhm.
They're more what like a cold water blending. I mean jawfish, but that pearl jawfish, I seen when I went to Charlotte and filmed Tristan tank, he had one like right front and center in his tank. And man, that fish caught my eye from the moment I got there. Like,
So much personality.
hey Tristan, do you still got that fish? That pearl jawfish? Oh, he left. Well, yeah, it's a white pearl jawfish. Beautiful, man.
My favorite is the tiger jawfish.
I never seen that one. Tiger jawfish.
Hold on, I'm gonna share my screen. I'll show you.
Yeah.
It's
I never
dope.
seen that. But man, you got the pistol shrimps. You got. I think one of my pistol shrimps killed the jawfish, yo, because I heard a pop,
Yeah.
and then I looked to the side and I saw the jawfish kind of like
Actually,
he kind of like laid on the side. So I think my pistol shrimp, I got a bullseye pistol shrimp in there. I
Mhm.
think he took him out, man. As soon as I heard the pop, and I went to the side of the tank, the jawfish was kind of like
Done.
laid out. Yeah, like he got one of Mike Tyson uppercuts.
Dude,
Out.
the pistol shrimps, man. Jeez, them boys.
That's what I'm saying, man. Like you don't have that in the freshwater. Like a shrimp that's actually digging a burrow. Like you don't have that.
Yeah, it comes back to again. It's just like for each their own. Like some people don't want all that. It's just because you can't lie. Like as cool as it is to have like so many different things. Did you see the jawfish?
Yeah. So that was nice.
So many different things. It's also some people that like the hobby that don't want to have to think about all those things. How's this fish going to interact with this fish? So this one eat coral, but this is caution. How am I going to catch it? I got to clean the coral line off the back of the glass. I got to do this. I got to keep this parameter in check, this parameter in check, this parameter in check. What happens if I go on vacation? It's like this huge saltwater is a huge thing, you know. That's why like a lot of us, not all, some people can have multiple tanks, but you notice a lot of us only have one. Whereas like you find someone that's into freshwater, odds are they got a fish room. You know what I mean?
True. I agree with that 100%. It's like a saltwater tank is never ending, but that's the beauty of it too. Like it's always something. Like and for real, for the most part, I saltwater tanks are headaches. You know, like it's always something that you feel like it's going wrong. Like it's very rare that you get a chance to say, "Ah, my tank is just doing wonderful." You know, feel like you could breathe. But I don't know. Like it's a constant a challenge. It's like, man, I'm gonna conquer this. Like I'm gonna get my tank one day to all I gotta do is clean the glass and top the water off. And it's like that's obtainable. Like you feel like it's obtainable, and it's like you're chasing a high. Yeah, it's a goal to it. Like a freshwater, it seems like when you hook it up, and that's it. Like you know, it just I don't know. Like I would want to like expand it, like have a saltwater pond. You know what I'm saying? Like have like a sunroom.
I don't think nobody ever did anything like that. I think that'd definitely be cool. Do a pond and then like have sharks in there. Kind of like how Joey got his tanks with the arowanas in there. Now don't get me wrong. If I did do freshwater, it would have to be arowanas. It would have to be Asian arowanas at that. And I know you have to. I know they're illegal in certain states and stuff like that too. But that'd be the only way I did freshwater. Them arowanas, man, they're beautiful. That's a beautiful fish. But yeah, do the kind of like how Joey got that 2,000 gallon for the
I looked at see 2,000, like I could not imagine having a 2,000 gallon saltwater tank, right?
No way.
Like, you know, that's just way like I don't want my life consumed with my hobby. Like that to me is gonna take way more of my time, you know, away from my family and all that stuff. Like 2,000 gallons, you know, that's a lot of water. Salt or fresh, like that's a lot of water. Now, like I said, would I have a would I like to see like a pond? I would do like a saltwater pond if I had like a sunroom or something like that. I have to have the space and growing like mangroves out of it, like make it look like something natural, you know, waterfall stuff like that. I would love to have something like that, but it wouldn't exceed, you know, a crazy amount of gallons. You know what I'm saying? I'll just make it for like an art purpose, like because I'm really not, because you don't really have that lightage, you know, looking at the, like it wouldn't be corals and stuff in there. It'd just be basically fresh water with, you know, live rocks. So I'll have all like the angels and stuff like that in there. So it kind of look like when I'm looking down at it, I'm like snorkeling almost. You know, that's the feel I would want. But 2,000 gallon, like that's ridiculous, y'all. Like you got to get inside the. Like I don't want something I have to get inside of. Like that's too much.
Yeah, man. I actually one of my LFSs in Houston, because the reef scene is huge in Houston. They have a saltwater pond in the store. It's crazy.
Do they have any sharks in there?
Yeah, sharks, corals, all that.
Yeah, that sounds nice, man.
It's crazy.
I don't know, dog. I think I'll do it just for the sharks alone. Just the sharks and the stingrays alone, man.
Mm-hmm.
Because one thing I can say is, like, my dad, he, like, growing up, he always had the fish only with live rock. So he's always had blue dot stingrays, golden puffers, stuff like that. And, you know, those type of fish, you know, they really do. I'm of course they're nothing compared to a reef tank, but it's still like really, really nice because you don't see those every day, especially like the blue dot stingrays, man. They swim like the way that they swim so gracefully, bro. Like, it's crazy. I still remember when I had my tank freshwater, I had discus. And don't get me wrong, like the discus I had, I think I had like a snakeskin discus, and another one was like a blue diamond discus. And I think total I paid $60 for them because the guy got me a deal. But normally they're $80 each. Like they're real nice fish, especially like for the color that you get off them, because ain't a lot of color you can get out of freshwater. But to me, they were just like really, really boring, and they. Like all freshwater fishes, it's sort of like what you said, DC. They all swim the same. Like they got the same swim pattern. Like if you see how, like a cheap clownfish, like you can get a $13 clownfish from the local fish store, and it's like the way that they move the fins and like this backwards motion, but they're going forward. Man, it's crazy, man. Like it's definitely two different experiences, and it's sort of like what you said as well. Like, you know, it's like a to each his own thing. Like whatever you're into. But I really think it's more so that people are scared to get into the saltwater sometimes, man. I think it's the upkeep. I think if people realize that how easy it was to keep it, or if it was an easier way to keep it in the hobby, I think more people will lean towards it. I think freshwater is just a safe route, you know, for some people, and that's not for all people. For some people, I think it's a safe route,
and
I think that's why
freshwater is sustainable too.
Yeah.
You know, like you think about it, what's it called? Freshwater, if you're in the freshwater hobby, it's a big deal if you have a wild caught anything, right? Like people in the freshwater community, they're like, if they got a wild caught anything, they're gonna let you know. Whereas like in reefing, if we have a captive bred anything, we're gonna let you know. You know, everything's wild caught. You know, it's just much further along. There's a lot more experience, which is why it's easier. You know what I mean?
Right.
For saltwater to get easier, and this is like one of the reasons why on my channel I'm trying to show outside of the reefing, because it comes back to the fact that if we want ingenuity in the hobby, we need more people in the hobby. There needs to get more people into the hobby, be introduced to the hobby, so there's just a much larger pool of knowledge and experience and people willing to tinker and figure things out.
My thing with, like I said, my thing with the whole fresh and salt, right? And I hate to like make it versus or whatever, but the thing I feel about salt water, and the reason why I would never solely just have a freshwater tank is because I believe I can achieve the same look and feel with a saltwater tank I can do with freshwater, but I can't achieve the same look and feel with a freshwater
as you can saltwater.
As a saltwater. That's the biggest difference to me. Like, if I want a cichlid tank, right, I'll do a fish only with live rock and maybe some or you know, because it basically just rocks. If I wanted like a cichlid or whatever, I'll just have, you know, live rock, make a nice skate, and then have the type of angelfish that can't go on the reef. Or if I wanted a planet tank, I can make a display refugium and make it planet, basically. So it's like you could do things in salt that you just can't do in fresh water. And I think that's the biggest, like, because when I started off in salt water, it was aggressive fish. Like I wanted to, my first fish was the dog-faced puffer. And my second fish was the Nigel trigger. It's like that, but it looked like a bat almost in water. And I thought that was like the way his fins flap. I thought that was so cool. I was like, man, I never seen that before. Like I never seen a fish swim like that. You know, that was different. But with fresh water, I felt like I seen all. You know, I felt like I was like, dang, you know, it's the same thing.
Is that what you meant by swim pattern? Was the like the way they swam. I thought
The
you
way
Yeah.
they,
where they swam.
yeah,
Okay, yeah, you're 100% right.
Yeah,
yeah, the way they
definitely.
swim,
Yeah.
they kind of swim all over the tank. Like most fish go front to back,
Mhm.
side to side, I guess. Like some fish swim that way and they swim deep into the rock work, or the way they swim around the rock work. It's just you're not gonna find that in freshwater. Like you'll find it's almost like they scatter, they don't really swim, they just scatter through the water almost, and they don't truly swim through the water like a Midas blended. If you look at a Midas blended swim, it looked like a eel, like a sea snake.
Yeah.
And like you just don't have that in freshwater. Like they're dark, and most freshwater fish they still like they just wait there.
Yeah,
You know
bro.
what I'm
Yeah, I will say this though.
That's
Half
one
of the
reason
time,
I like
freshwater fish
freshwater.
are always out and swimming more than reef
Mhm.
fish, and probably that probably have to do something to do with what he said too. Like
Captain bred.
everything is captive bred, so it's more hardy and they're more comfortable with being in an aquarium, so they're out and swimming more.
Mhm.
But I think if the saltwater gets to that point where a lot more stuff is captive bred, then
Yeah.
it'll have more light shine, upon saltwater. Because another thing too, like the saltwater, I mean the freshwater itself is not bad. I just think that the viewers want to see both. Like if you have somebody that's into freshwater, they'll look at a saltwater tank as well. That's even though I don't really like freshwater like that, I still watch some freshwater channels. Like I watch IFG, I watch of course I watch King of DIY.
IFG's from Houston too.
Yeah. Who else? I mean, I watch a few of them, but I don't know. It depends. Like it depends on what they're showing as well. I'll look at something with a turtle enclosure like that IFG made, because I used to keep turtles when I was younger, so I can relate to stuff like that.
But just think about it though. Like if you keep piranhas, right?
Mhm.
I don't
What's
like
what's the main thing you want a piranha to do?
Eat something.
Eat something, right?
something.
So,
Yeah,
so,
definitely.
so in order for you to be entertained, you have to put something in there for it to eat. Other than that, a piranha is just like
Just
ugly.
it's ugly. Like it's like it's a robotic type of fish. Like it's just there. You know what I'm saying? It's not
a
like
machine.
yeah. It's not like I could sit back and watch it. I have to actually do something to the water. Like I have to put something in it. Now I ain't gonna lie to you. Like I used to watch on YouTube a lot of like videos where they like put mice and stuff in there, or like they just go and tear it up. Like that's entertaining, but who gonna do that every day? For the time like that's not realistic. Like it's there, and it's an aggressive type of like thing. Like you sitting there waiting for another animal to die. Like what I'm saying, it's like a snake. Like
Mhm.
people keep snakes, but why? Why you keep a snake? Like you don't keep it because you like to observe it. You keep a snake because you want to drop a mice in there or a rat, and you want to see it eat. That's it. You know what I'm saying? That's other than that, a snake is basically hidden all the time. He's not out slithering like scavenging the tank. And he just gonna sit there under the log in one spot, like and just there. Same thing at alligator too. Like I used to be like, man, I want an alligator. I'm thinking the alligator gonna swim around the tank and what I'm saying, kind of like do his thing. Man, this guy had an alligator and he just sat there all day. Every day I came over there until he fed the joint. And then the alligator tore some stuff up, but that's it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
No,
Now,
I think that'd
I'll
be like
say
a nice
this.
challenge. You can go ahead.
I'll say this, man. Like what you're saying, how they're just like chill. That's honestly one of my favorite things about freshwater. Sometimes I feel like in a saltwater tank, the fish are like darting everywhere, and I'm like, man, that's why like my tank, I don't really keep fish because I like looking at it and it just being super chill, and that's a bunch of things darting around. But it comes back to like what we said earlier. It's like for each their own. You know what I mean? Like for the same reasons why you're saying you don't like freshwater is the same reason why some people love it. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
I see. And like I said, it's not. I'm not a knock on them. Like it's just not for me.
Yeah.
Like I just don't see the engagement. I can see the excitement.
Mhm.
When you do something, but I don't see the engagement. Like it's like, yeah, what I'm saying, like That's it. Like I feel limited. That's all. But like I said, to each his own. I love seeing now one fish I do love. I think Jeremy said it was was
The
the
Asian
this little
arowana.
arowana. Like I like how they swim.
I love
Like
when
they always like it's like a graceful. It's a graceful type. I'm the king type. Like I'm at the top. It's almost remind me like a shark or something like that. The way they swim at the top and just they just always moving around and they kind of it's real graceful. I like that. But other than that, that's about it. That's about
Yeah,
it.
man.
Ain't
That's why,
fish don't do
that's why they're actually given as gifts in Asia. Arowanas, they're a symbol of
Wow.
wealth and prosperity. So it's like that's why you go in like in Asia, you'll see like paintings of arowanas, and people have fish tanks with arowanas in them because they're said
Yeah, they
to
definitely have a lot of meaning.
yeah, they're awesome, man.
I think that'd be tight too. Like if it was some kind of reef challenge, I guess, and like everybody got this tank, kind of like how Rico did the nano challenge. It'd be kind of cool to make like a refugium style display tank, but really like try your hardest to plan it. There's actually this guy on Instagram. I
Joey
think his
Young
name
did
is
that on YouTube.
Garrett's Gardens or something like that. But he has one, and he has a softy tank, and he has a macro algae kind of tank as well. And I
What's it
think that'd
called?
be cool to like do that and try to not emulate freshwater, but kind of show people that might be timid to get in the saltwater that you could do this as well and still have like the planet look. You know what I'm
What's
saying? Like I think
Instagram?
his Instagram is hold on, it might take me away for a second.
No, you good.
Actually, I don't think it took me away.
You know, it'd be a cool challenge is first reef keeper to get an arowana to acclimate to saltwater wins.
So his name is Garrett's Garden. Garrett is spelled GARRETTS _ Gardens.
All right, appreciate you.
Yeah. So if you take a look around, first of all, his reef tank, which has softies in it, is really nice. But if you take a look around on his
second photo from the top.
Yeah.
Softy tank.
Yeah, and if you look at that, like that looks like a planet tank, right? Like a freshwater planet tank, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he has it nice. And I'm not saying that like it doesn't look the best, but I'm pretty sure like people could do like nice escapes like this. And that's what he said on this picture. He's saying 7 months of algae, but he actually just moved, so I think that the escape is not the same. He had to change the escape around when he moved the tank around.
I'm gonna look for
But this guy, he has a lagoon. He's sort of in the lagoons like UDC. So his lagoon is really nice. Got a softy lagoon.
Dude, it's dope, man.
Yeah, I'm thinking about doing that for my like I'm kind of torn. Like I want to do like a display refugium on the side of my tank, and then the other side make it a frag tank. I mean, of course I'm a long way from that, but just trying to visualize like I don't want to have multiple tanks just to say I have a lot of tanks. I want them to be like to do something like to like
have meaning.
Like I said, they kind of like I said, a display refugium. It's everything tied into my big system. You know what I'm saying? And then like a side, like just a frag tank or something like that. But I love this.
I thought about that too. I was like, I think that'd be cool. Like one day, of course, that's when I get my house. I think that'd be cool one day. Like I got my 8-gallon nano, and like one day it sits next to my 8-foot-long reef tank, which is my goal, and it'd be tied into that tank. Cause every tank in this house kind of has meaning as well. It's sort of like the 5-gallon that you were looking at. Like I'm still testing out. Of course, I haven't put any real core in there besides the GSP. I'm still testing out that nudibranch. I want that to kind of be service purposes, a couple of nudibranchs in there, and it's going to be softies in there. So, maybe that could be something like people could get more on the nudibranchs because, people are scared to get them because they're like, man, they might do something to the corals and stuff like that. And of course, the kids tank is, it's just my kids tank. But I think that'll be tight to, sort of like you said, tie all of the tanks into one because it's like all the tanks have different personalities and different things inside of them, but it's all a part of one fish room. You know?
Yeah.
So that's kind of what I'm going for here.
Dude, I would love if I did multiple tanks. I would do like Julian Stone and just have the display refusion.
To set up a display refusion.
Yeah, just connect it. Like have my
Yeah, I
main
mean,
tank
if
and
you,
connect the
I know when you were here, DC, you probably couldn't really see my refugium, but I actually like. Then again, I got like an OCD problem, so I kind of aquascape my tiny breeder box refugium that's at the bottom of it. But of course, when you came, the lights were off. The lights come on at about 8 o'clock. Um, the Kessel H what is this called? Kessel H80, yeah. So the lights come on at about 8 o'clock because I got it on the timer. But I actually have the refugium kind of aquascape down there. Like I added the same black sand that I have up top in the 8 gallon display,
Mm-hmm.
and I kind of aquascaped it with the red macro that I have down there and the Marine Pure Gem ceramic media that I have. I definitely feel y'all on that, man. Look, if you can make it look pretty instead of just throwing a ball of Cheeto in there, like Cheeto looks good, but I feel like people could even kind of aquascape with Cheeto and different other macro algae
Yeah, the guy
in her fusion.
told me about he uses Jade on the back. Yo, but I gotta dip out. Tiffany and I are about to get some food. It was nice to
Okay,
meet you.
Anthony. Enjoy your meal,
All right.
man.
I'll see you later, bro. And if you ever
Get
want to
some-
talk about leaning out, man, hit me up. I'll tell
All
you my
right,
secret
All right,
sauce.
dude.
All right.
no doubt,
Peace out.
no doubt. Now I was saying, King of Soul was saying, the only thing about tying all systems in one system, if it tank crash, everything crash, which is true, right? And
Right.
that's with the especially with the macroalgae. Like if you get something that go sexual or whatever like that, it'll crash, saying your whole system. So just you gotta be careful what you pick and choose. My thing with a display refusion won't necessarily be stuff like calepa or nothing like that
Yeah,
dangerous.
I wouldn't get calepa anyway. So I mean, that
Yeah,
would probably be
I
one of.
would
I mean,
do
don't
it
get me
for more
wrong.
so like
It's yeah, the grape caliper is really pretty, but I still would stay away from it. I'm sorry. Like that would have to
yeah,
be. I wouldn't tie that into my main display at all. That would have to be its own tank if I got caliper.
right. So I definitely would do. I know people that keep calepa, they do they good, you know what I'm saying? But I don't know, for me, I just don't want to take that risk for aesthetic purposes. So I'll just do like Cheeto and Miracle Mud, that kind of stuff. Definitely like mangroves. I would do a display refusion mainly for the mangroves. That would be like my main thing to do it for, because the pods and all that stuff would be like going crazy in there. So
Right.
that's what I would do it for mainly.
I've always liked Julian Sprung's mangrove tanks, but
Oh my God.
you know what people don't realize, that those mangroves that are growing in those 10-gallon tanks, those are like 6 years old.
Yeah. Well, he sells them. If you want a head start, he'll sell it to you, but you're gonna pay a pretty penny for it.
Yeah, it's like a 6-year-old tree, you know what I mean? And the
Yeah.
tank and the filtration that goes along with it.
Oh man, it looks
Yeah.
so. And he has the way he has it set up. He has it's like a cube, you know what I'm saying? And then he has
He's
the
on YouTube.
Julian Sprung is the guy that he owns Two Little Fishies. He's like one of the OGs of the
Oh, okay.
reefing. Like he's like, they consider him one of the founding fathers, I guess, along with Mike Paletta and what's the other guy, Sanjay, something like that. He's one of those guys. Like he's been in the game for a long time. But he owns a store called a company called Two Little Fishies, and he's known, like he grows these mangrove trees, and he's basically like all of the shows and stuff, and he sells like a mango tree like as a tree basically, and he'll have it like on display
Wow.
too. So it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool to win. It looks nice. Like it's like, oh man, I want one of those in my house.
Right.
So,
That definitely sounds cool. I had a mangrove before, and I actually had it in an 8 gallon. I had it inside the display, and it was doing like really, really good. And as soon as I put this, when I upgraded my light and I had the light on before I actually got the controller for the light, the light was on full blast, so it basically cooked that mangrove, and that's how that mangrove died.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's for me. Like with the mangrove, I would want that in like a sunroom. You know what I'm saying? Where it's getting
Natural sunlight.
the natural sunlight. Like, I wouldn't want like a reef light over it. It take away from the natural look. Like you got a
Right.
castle hanging over it. Like it don't look right to me.
Right.
I had 9 of them in my sump. I had to remove them because they were starting to touch the underside of my fish tank because I thought that I could possibly keep them small by trimming them and everything like that.
Mhm.
But then the growth tips, because you see that there's like this stem, right? That's kind of brown, and then there's this growth tip, right? That's like fluorescent green. That growth tip was 12 inches, 16 inches long, touching the underside of my tank, and I was like, holy moly. So I ended up pulling them all out, packaging them in the Chinese food containers, and then selling them at a show. They all got bought like in like 5 minutes. People really liked them for whatever reason, but it was just a mangrove in a Chinese food container, the white ones. I bought new ones, but planted in some sand, and people really liked them. I guess they look like little bamboo plants, but I really liked them. I mean, they didn't do much for filtration, but they looked great. Like it looked so like a lush forest canopy underneath my tank. I'm kind of envious a little bit of Daily Reefing because he has that large 150
Oh man,
gallon mangrove
horse
growing
trough.
thing.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
His
think that's
look-
really cool, man.
yeah. I like how his look like that. I wish it was a tank, like instead of a horse trough. That way, I could like he could look at like the pods and all that stuff, like intertwining. That'd have been cool. Like if he would have like a maybe like a 75 gallon. You know what I'm saying? Instead of the horse trough, but he has a ton of them. Like and they doing so well. I'm thinking, but man, Jeff, that's another level. Like he got a whole shed, and he had to put pipes underneath the ground. Like that's a whole another level of reefing right there.
It's
Like I
funny
don't know if I
because even with a big house, I still feel limited in my area because my wife gave me the whole front area, but I don't want the house to look like a fish store. You know what I mean? So
right.
every tank has to be like a work of art. Everything from a frag tank to my display, it has to look like it fits there. Otherwise it won't look good to me. Not my wife. She doesn't really care, but at the same time, I'm just like, anybody that comes into the house, I want them to be able to like go, wow. Not necessarily like, oh, it feels like a fish store. It looks like a fish store in here. With big tanks, man.
Yeah.
Yo, yeah, I'm not gonna lie to y'all. Even with 350 gallons there, another like 75 in the sump. So my big tank is like 400 gallons basically, and I got an 80-gallon frag tank that I just set up because I broke down the other lowboy frag tanks that I had. Those were just temporary. But I set up an 80-gallon frag tank to just cater to my big tank, and I have the Elos in there, so it's really 3 tanks, but I have 4 tanks in that area right now. The 60 gallons going to get torn down and moved into the Elos with all of the nice corals and stuff. But still, like I had to make sure I planned out how it was because if you don't have a fish room, man, it's stuff. Fish people are hoarders, and I didn't realize how much of a hoarder I am.
Oh yeah.
But we are hoarders. Like last night, it's the dumbest thing. Last night, my little baby, his one, he got a hold of the fish food, right? Pellets. And he went over to one of the frag systems and he threw a handful of pellets in there. It's like way too much. So I'm just looking at this like, damn, how the hell am I gonna get these pellets out? And then I realized, oh, I got some 1/4 inch tubing that's about 5 feet long. I'm just gonna go in there and just suck it up into a filter sock, and that's what I did. But when I went in there and I had to start digging through all of my stuff, look, I have a box of plumbing supplies. I got a box of bulkheads and all kinds of crazy fish stuff, like old lights and pumps
Yeah.
and cheap Amazon $4 pumps that you might just need one day to stick inside of a little frag tank or quarantine tank or something like that. But I have all this stuff, and I'm like, Jesus, when did I accumulate all this crap?
But that's the
We
best
also
part when
don't-
you realize that you always have everything you need on hand. There's been so many situations where it's like, I broke this or I need this. And it's like, I don't have to go to the fish store because I got something I can improvise with already,
Dude, I
already in
feel
my stock.
so now that Tristan say that, I feel so compelled to get like I have one room now. It's just my fish room. And I have a closet, all that stuff. I feel so compelled to get that joint organized and like just I gotta throw away the stuff I'm not using and stop saying I'm gonna need this in the future and just use what I have. Like, I mean, I bought a squeegee to clean the glass to make that quicker. I bought so much stuff, and it's it's like you got the food, you got the maintenance stuff, you got the equipment. You upgraded from this light, you kept the other light. It's just
Yeah. Who has like a bucket full of hoses? Because I do. Like I got
Me
a
too.
bucket full
Kinda
of
do.
hoses and tubing and all kinds of stuff that like airline tubing and all this other stuff. I'm just like, I don't want to throw this away because if I go to Home Depot or Lowe's, I know this is gonna cost me like $30 for 20 feet of this tubing, and I got about like 8 feet left. But I know I'm gonna be able to use that. Then you throw it away, and then all of a sudden you get this brand new ELOS reactor that you need to set up, and it needs to hook up to a manifold. And you realize you don't got no damn tubing, and you're pissed off because you just threw it away.
Right. And look, at the same time, look, my girl, she gave me, and this is in our kitchen, but we have like so many cabinets in our kitchen, plus there's already in a pantry. So she gave me this little section in our kitchen. So when I first got here, I was like, all right, the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make sure that everything is neat in here. So as you can see, like I got a whole bunch of stuff. That's the first shelf. It's the second shelf. I got a little bucket with a lot of other little stuff in there. And this is the third shelf. I got my water. And this is my last shelf. So this is where most of the junk is at. But on the last shelf. And then there's a shelf that's on top of the actual shelf. And that's where I keep my buckets and stuff. So definitely.
You know what?
Like,
You know where that comes from though? A lot of it comes like we'll buy like a cheap like a pump or something, right? Realize that I want something even better or that's more reliable. Then we'll upgrade. Say like the Jabo return pump, right? I bought that first, and then I was like, well, I want everything on my phone. I want to be able to turn everything off through my ReSmart, So I bought the Vectra, but I still have the Jabo pump. Like I didn't sell that off. Like I just wrapped it up and threw it in my case. So it's like, you start to like even magnets, man. I have like 3 different glass cleaner magnets. I have the flipper. I have the gray one that everybody gets. Can't remember the name of that one.
MagFloat.
And then the MagFloat. I have a couple of those. You know what I'm saying? Like you got nets. You got all kind of size nets. It's just like I got turkey bases. 2-3 different kinds. Like you're using that stuff, but it's like it's too much stuff. Like you think about it, it's like too much stuff, yo. So I'm definitely gonna I don't want to be a reef hoarder no more. I'm definitely gonna consolidate, everything I'm using, I'm not using, and I'm gonna have a yard sale.
but don't throw it away or give it away like everything. It's sort of like what Tristan just said. Like you don't want to do that.
I'm getting.
And it might be something that you need. Just like I don't know. I would
if
say
I
the
need
biggest
it,
thing would probably be organization. Like
if I need it, I'll go get. Like I'm not. I have stuff from like I have a calcium reactor from a good 9-10 years ago at least, and I never hooked it up, and it's just sitting in my. It's actually sitting in my work.
It's brand new.
It's not brand new. It's old. You know what I'm saying? It's an old Geo calcium reactor. and it's one of their like the black and clear models. Now I don't know if it works or not. You know, somebody could definitely use it. I would, and that's another thing. I'm like, I'm gonna hold off so somebody else can get it that need it or whatever. Because I'm a giving person. Like I like to
Right.
give. So if I'm not using it, I'll like either give it away, sell it for like dirt cheap or whatever. But that's another
But that
thing.
OG sound like you can make some money off that though. I would probably sell that one.
I got a 40 breeder. I used to buy a lot of tanks, like breakdowns. So I'll just buy the whole setup and keep livestock, whatever. So I got a 40 breeder sitting in my work closet, not doing nothing. It's just I got a 20-gallon lawn that I used to use as a sump and one of the old tanks that's sitting upstairs not doing nothing. Like it's
Yo, DC, you sound like me, kid. 'Cause I sure enough got a 40 breeder, a 20 long. I got a 30 high.
it's
Just
just
sitting
crazy.
there stacked because you know at one point I'm just like, damn, ain't nobody gonna buy a 40 breeder. It's not
Exactly.
even worth $40. Like I don't want to really
Exactly.
throw it away, so I'm just gonna stick it right here and see if I need it one day.
Dude, I got another I got a 5-gallon nano. I got 2 5-gallon nanos. And I think, man, I don't for real. I'm embarrassed. Like I got so many tanks and equipment. I got hang on back filters. Oh man. Matter of fact, I'm telling you, when I get back from Florida, I'm throwing stuff away. I don't care what nobody say. I don't care. I don't care if they be like, man, you could have gave that to me. I don't care. I'm not doing this no more. I'm not doing this no more, yo. It's ridiculous. When you think about it. Now, only thing I might not throw away the 40 breeder. I'm thinking about setting that up as a QT, but I keep saying that and I never do it. Like, all right, I'm gonna set up as a QT. I never set up as a QT. So listen, I got dry rock. What I'm gonna do is start posting. Like, man, come get it. I'm not.
You'll be surprised if you want that 40 breeder because down here, man, I would think it's called Bayou Reef Keeping. Somebody always asking about a 40 breeder.
Listen, if you crazy enough to drive 2, 3, 4 hours just to pick up a 40-gallon breeder, where you can get for $40 to save your gas money, come to DC and you can have it. You can have it. I'll load you up. If y'all want some used stuff, I think I'm gonna put that out there. Come to DC and I'll load you up. No charge, no. I just want to meet you. I want to get rid of it. Calcium, all this stuff, you can have it. I'm good. Y'all can have it. So y'all heard it from me first. If you need something and you're close to DC, you in Baltimore, Virginia, hell, you could be coming from Pennsylvania. I have plenty of stuff. If you want it, you can have it. You just gotta have the room to take it.
Mm-hmm. And said true words, man, because all the equipment I've accumulated over the years, some of them I don't use. But I mean, I hold on to them like tubes and stuff. The only tubes I really throw away are dirty tubes, like tubes that I use on a reactor, and I'll throw that away. But I'll always any clean tubes, pieces of tubes, old plumbing things, man. You don't know that. I was plumbing up a tank. I was plumbing up the 80-gallon the other day, and I needed a weird 1-inch to like 3/4 inch slip reducing fitting. And I went to Lowe's, and I do this all the time. Sometimes I don't go and check the plumbing bin before I go to Lowe's, and I buy like 3 or 4 of something because I think I'm gonna screw up the first glue. Then I'm gonna at least have 3 or more. And I only like 50 cents. Came back home, and realized that damn, I forgot that piece. So like, let me go look at the bin before I go back out to Lowe's again. Went in the bin, I had like 3 of them things sitting in there. I was like, yeah, boy, I'm glad I kept all these plumbing supplies.
But look, man, I feel like so my plumbing, right? I always go to I used to always go to Home Depot to get the white and those ball valves. It's hard to freaking turn after 2 months of sitting there. I dished all that, man. And I went and got the ones that's easy to turn. They might cost me a little bit more money. They match my little color scheme. But I still got all these plumbing, all these unions, and I'm not doing this no more. Like I said, y'all heard it from me on first. Y'all come to DC, y'all can have it all. Like I'm not lying. I'm not blowing smoke. If you want a 40 breeder, I got a 20 long. I got if you want a Pico, I got that. I got Pico Cube. I got what
Yo,
you need.
yo,
Just
but DC man, some of them things actually be holding some value though. Like a
I don't
true union ball valve. That's like $25 right there for a true
I
union.
don't care.
ball.
It's worth my peace of mind. It's no money worth my peace. Like I want to be organized. I don't want all this stuff no more. I promise you, y'all can have it all. If you come to DC, you can have it. I'm not taking it to nobody, but trust me, you can have it. I don't care what loss. I'll cut all my losses. To me, this is a gain. This is a gain of peace of mind. So whatever my wallet, because the money's gone. I can't get it back, and I'm not selling it. I don't like to do all that. The people when you sell stuff, they wanna talk you down and negotiate. Listen, it is free. I'm free. I'm gonna put in all capital letters free on all the forums, on all the Facebooks, or the Craigslist. Just come get this shit out of my possession. I'm tired.
Yeah, I got a fun question for you, DC.
Yeah.
Other than like Hannah alkalinity reagent, how many people in the chat have actually used up the test kits materials before that shit expired? That's what I want to know. Because I legit just threw away like 2 Red Sea Master test kits, all expired AF, right? And I know I must have paid like $50-$60 per
Of
kit.
course. Doesn't it make you sick?
It made me sick to my stomach. You know what I did? Because of hoarder I am, I kept the glass vials.
Yeah.
And I kept the little black boxes that they come in.
Yeah, I got the vials too.
Right.
I keep the vials. You never know what you're gonna need that for to make something up.
Right.
But that's the thing, though. We keep saying that you never know, but it be 2 years old by the time we like, okay, man, I might could use that.
It get deep.
There's something else come out. Look, I got every intention on getting the Trident, but yeah, I bought a hand of checker. Like I'm sick. I'm sick of it. Like I'm sick of these test kits. I got so many test kits. I bought this test kit from Reefer Palooza called something, right? Damn, I can't remember the name of this joint. It's been sitting in the damn closet in my I used it one time and didn't like it. Like it wasn't accurate. And I didn't use it since, like it's sitting right here. Look, I gotta take stuff off. Hold on, let me show you this. It's called I Dip.
Yeah. Timothy in the chat is like,
I've seen those before. Yeah,
if he got to test like 5 times a week, he gonna do it to use up all them test kits.
See, but like, are you doing it because you want to do it? Or you doing it because you feel like I need to get my money's worth? Like I bought this joint, right?
Money's worth.
Yo, what's that test, DC?
Huh?
What's that test?
It tests everything.
Yeah,
It tests alkalinity, phosphates, nitrates. Look, hold on, let me show you the inside of it. It's look fresh. Kevin was with me when I bought it.
Yeah, how much was that, kid?
I bought this back in 2017. This was like $200.
Oh my god! And it's an electronic test, so it just pops the numbers up for you.
Yeah, so you basically put water in this little thing, this little eye, and it's like a little stick, and you just swish it around, and it gives you the number on it. Look, who wants it? You can have it. Give me the you pay for the shipping, I'll send it to you. I'm done. Like I'm so Tristan just lit a fire under me, yo. That was waiting to explode. Like I'm so like I'm about to pull my beard out because I don't have no hair. Like I'm so done with this stuff. Like seriously, like I've been hoarding this stuff for far too long.
Yeah, but that's a legit kit though. I'm mad that it wasn't. I'm mad that it wasn't accurate because that seemed like
it looked legit, right?
Yeah, that shit look legit, boy. Like what? You just put it in there, just wave this little stick, and then it gives you the number. You don't gotta be looking at no matching colors or nothing.
Right. So, but check this. Check this out, Tristan. I have to for my peace of mind. I guess you have to compare it to other test kits to see if it's like I guess close to being accurate. Like if this is giving me a number, right? Either one thing I had to do one or two things. I have to either believe it or test it up against another more tried and true test kit to say, okay, I could depend on this. So you buying more test kits just to prove a point. You know what I'm saying? Like this works. I'm gonna believe these numbers, or I gotta send out a ICP test. You know what I'm saying? Just to kind of, I don't know. I always hate the test kit part of the hobby. Like that's not. I always hate it. You know what I'm saying? But that's why I was so like when Trident come out, I was like, man, I want that just because I hate testing. So I'm about to, Timothy said he in PG County. You can have it, bro. Come on through. That's like 15 minutes. Listen, I gotta get rid of this stuff, yo. Just like my office look a mess. I got free stuff everywhere. It's insane, man. It's insane. Like I got Kimmy Clean that I probably use one time. Look, and I'm in my office, y'all. I'm in my office.
Man,
I have
same
no
thing.
tank.
I don't have Chemiclean, but I got the other one, and I used that one time, and I was pissed
One
off. I'm
time.
like, damn, I'm probably never gonna get
Treats the
cyanobacteria.
300 gallon. Anybody got any cyanobacteria problems? The red stuff? Here, you can have it. Kimmy Clean, have it.
Same
Now and now I'm like, maybe if I have if I have cyano again, I'm gonna need this. I'm not wishing and hoping that on myself. So I don't want cyano. I don't want this stuff.
Man, 9 times out of 10, we won't even get cyano again, bro.
Yeah,
that's how life goes. Like you'll have it all the way until you don't need it. All the way until you
hey,
need
Len.
it again.
I got stuff. I'm just going through my anybody remember this joint? Yeah, this is sickening, yo. Julian Sprung thing. I bought it. I thought it was gonna be the best, like yeah, okay. Julian Sprung thing. I ain't used it since.
It's like a turkey basin?
Man, it's supposed to like all right, so this part is like a syringe, and it's supposed to feed your cores and stuff.
Got you.
But it's cumbersome, so you don't use it.
I don't use it. Like it's a thing with Tristan where it looks like a good idea until you actually use it, and it's more hassle than actual help. So you like, I'm not using this no more. And what happens? We throw it out. It's too much. It's intrusive, man.
Yeah.
And if Julia, if you're watching, man, I'm sorry. It's not for me. Maybe work for somebody else. But it's just dumb. Like the stuff that I just want something I use all the time. I want stuff that I use all the time, not occasionally or use one time. Like these test kits, like you said, we don't ever fully use these test kits to their expiration dates.
Nope.
Like we never do. Like
that's 300. I threw away $300 in test kits the other day, and I realized the only things I ever really tested for were alkalinity, calcium, and magnesium, and occasionally phosphates and nitrates. That was it. That was like legit all I ever tested for, because I didn't really care about it. I bought the whole Red Sea Colors program, and I was testing on because they have some really in-depth tests for the Red Sea Colors program. You could test iron and potassium and all that stuff, and it takes a while to do those tests, man, and you just find yourself not willing to do it. So for me, is it worth me, buying and sending an ICP test to know where I'm at?
Hell yeah.
Yeah, pretty much, because I'd rather do that every 3 months, $40 every 3 months, take an ICP test, know where I'm at.
Yeah, I'm so disappointed, but I feel better that I'm not alone.
Nah, we all this kid.
I think everybody got jumped.
Boxes, buckets of plumbing pieces, little. I don't even. It's bad, man. Like I don't even be throwing away like little pieces of PVC pipe that I buy and I cut and I'm just like, oh, here's like a 3 or 6 inch piece of PVC, 1 inch PVC or quarter-inch PVC. I'm just like, yeah, I'm just gonna hold on to this. I don't know if I'm gonna need that one day for something. I don't know what, but I'm holding on to it. Well, why? I should just throw it away, and I don't. I have a problem.
Yeah, we do. We all have problems. Like, and I work at a place where I sometimes I come in contact with real hoarders, and I couldn't understand for the life of me, like, why would you hoard something? Like, all these. I know some stuff has sentimental value, but it's considered now a mental health thing. Hoarders. So we can't. Like, that's not like a violation of the lease, so we can't put them out. But when I look at my own situation, I'm like, man, I have a slight case of hoarding. Like, I felt like this hobby so expensive. You don't want to feel like you're throwing away money, so you keep stuff.
Let me ask you
And
this.
you shouldn't, like.
Let me ask you this one. I can tell you, I know the number one thing that every single reefer is guilty of hoarding.
Don't do it. Don't do it to us, Tristan. Don't
The
do it.
one thing.
What is it, man?
Boxes. Boxes for products. I got 8 MP40s. I got 8 Ecotech Marine MP40 boxes. I got I got the box, the Vectra. I got the. You know why? Because you always think you're gonna sell that, and it's so bad. It's leached into other parts of my life. Like I bought this 4K like 65-inch LG TV, right?
Look at this, Tristan.
See what I'm saying? Why that TV box still upstairs in a closet right now for no reason?
Man.
Right?
Come on, man. Look at this, man. I got every MP. Oh my God, man.
MP boxes, my brother.
I got all the MP boxes right here on my desk, man. Come on, Tristan, man. Why'd you do that to me, man?
Yeah, I got 3 shelves full of
shame right now.
Boxes, bro. And it's just like, oh.
But then again, the boxes be so quality. The boxes be so quality. Sometimes you gotta keep them.
Hey, Jeremy, I don't want to hear that, man. This is ridiculous, Jeremy.
It's like getting a Christmas present and keeping the wrapping paper. Why? Why are you keeping it?
Oh man,
you can't make yourself throw that away, right?
The box gonna add value to it if you do sell it one day. You
Dude,
gotta admit that.
I'm so ashamed, yo. I had nothing else to say, yo.
That's like, look, check this out, right?
Let's start it right now. DC. Right? Somebody just mentioned something in here. King of Soul. No, Lynn said y'all should take a picture of them boxes and post them on IG. Yo, let's start a hashtag right now. Hashtag ReefBoxLife, and then just post all your boxes on IG. Straight up.
This is bad, Tristan, man. It's not good, man. I have a serious problem.
Check this light out, right? So I got this Refugium light from this guy on that was local to me, right? But it didn't come in a box. So normally these things are like $130, $140 online. And this was brand new. He didn't give it to me with the box. So I talked him down all the way to $80. I got it for $80 without the box. So if you do have a box and you decide to sell something, it's gonna add value to it. Because like just that box adds value to that product, just the box itself. I know it sounds crazy, but it's like in a way it does. Of course, I was trying to get a deal on it because it was just a Refugium light that I was putting at the bottom. But I get what y'all saying. Like we do got tons of boxes. I keep a box for everything.
I got all the boxes for all of my Ecotech gear. I got all the boxes for my Apex gear. Yo, it's so bad, bro. You know those EB832s for Apex? They're like $249, $250, right? Each one. But they come in a plain as white box with a security label on it. Well, yo, why I still got that box though? Why I still got that Apex box? I still got it looking fresh too.
Oh man. Dude, you need the box, yo. It's crazy, yo.
Yo, yesterday was trash day. Why I still got the pallet that my Elos tank came on? Why didn't I throw away that pallet? Why didn't I throw away that pallet?
Dude, I got boxes for like I got boxes for iPhones. My
Yeah. I
my
got boxes for
Bose.
iPhones too. Yeah. Yep.
Oh man,
Yep.
I don't know what to say now, guys. Like I'm so. And
We
listen, I'm in my office, so imagine this stuff at my house. Like I just
You know who I blame? I
who
blame
fault
the
is this?
companies for making nice boxes.
I blame the companies too. You know, I blame Ecotech for making nice stuff, and then I blame them for making even nicer stuff, making me upgrade, like forcing my hand. That's why I asked them straight up. I was like, man, are y'all coming out with a G5? I need to know. You know, I don't want to hold off for about 4 or 5 years before y'all come out. I'm sick of buying y'all stuff and trying to get rid of the old stuff. Like I'm sticking. Listen, y'all hear it here first. I'm sticking with the G4s. And listen, if they don't grow if they don't have the UV Ultra that come in, I don't care. I'm sticking with the G4s. I'm not buying no more stuff, y'all. I'm sick of it. I'm sick of it. No, man, I'm not keeping the box. No, I'm not buying no more stuff. I done bought enough. I bought enough.
Make
I'm
you feel
buying
like
my
acquiring,
course
like
now
you
on.
start leasing them or something.
Man, this is
Yeah,
sickening.
I'm telling you, these are confessions. You know, keeping boxes is something that, I used to do it a lot with computer hardware because I build a lot of my own computers, right? So
But
like,
you're supposed to feel good after confessions, though, Tristan. I don't feel good.
and I'm still not gonna throw away the damn boxes.
We're not going nowhere with this, though,
It's
Tristan. We're
like it's
not.
like it's like I know I have an alcohol problem, but I'm definitely not gonna stop drinking alcohol because I like it. I
Oh
like
man,
Those
I
boxes
like my
have some type of
boxes.
value, man.
I feel like they do. Listen, I feel like if I wanted to sell a G4 on the secondhand market, I need a box with it. It just gives it more validity that it's a box. It's just like when you sell it to somebody and you get that used G4, you know it's not new. So you get about half of the newness feeling just because you have
Mhm.
the box. But if you send them just a G4 bubble wrapped in a box, you just be like, man, yeah, it's just a G4. You might get like a fourth of the happiness feeling that you just got it. You know what I mean? Especially if it's your first one or whatever. So I don't know. I think you keep that box because you want somebody else to feel half as good as you do.
Man, this is very eye opening. I knew I had a lot of stuff, but man, and I always kept saying I don't want to be that person that like make my like I don't want an LFS in my home. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to be able to pick off the shelf. Like I don't want all that stuff. But in the same token, I don't want to be caught with my pants down when I need something. I don't have it. So it's like, like say your power go out, you need either a battery backup, a generator, or like a battery powered air bubble. You know what I'm saying? So you kind of, I don't know, it gotta be a good balance, but I need this stuff organized, man. If I'm gonna keep this stuff, the tanks I'm getting rid of. I'm not even thinking twice about that. So like I said, if you want a calcium reactor, who want a calcium reactor? Yeah, maybe we could do like a raffle or something, like a Wheel of Death. And you just start giving stuff. What you think about that, Tristan? We just start giving stuff away.
Yeah, I think it'd be cool.
Yeah, because it's like we hoarding all this stuff, and somebody might want to start a system, and they might could start a full system off of the stuff we.
Right.
No,
Right.
I can legit put together an entire tank right now. No, I can put together like 3 tanks with the amount of extra crap I got
Gee,
downstairs. Okay, just put it into perspective, right? How much do you pay for a J-Bow wave maker? Say about 40, $50, right? For the
mhm.
common ones, right?
Yeah,
How much can you resell that J-Bow for? You can't.
you can't.
You can't, right? So I bought 2 PP4s, the small ones, right, for my 60-gallon. Realized that they were a little bit underpowered. So I'm just like, damn, I got these 2 PP4s. What I'm gonna do with it? I'm just gonna soak them down in some vinegar and then I'm gonna package them up and store them away, right? You know they're still outside soaking in vinegar, right? And
Yeah.
it's been like 2 months. They're still outside in the bucket soaking.
Yeah. Yeah.
Dude, that vinegar probably ate through it.
Right. That's funny, man. Like between us, like we could really like set somebody's whole system up. All they gotta do is probably buy livestock,
Word.
like test kits. And I mean, are the test kits? I mean, even when they expire, I mean, who's to say they still not good? You know, I'll just like I said, I feel like just pull up.
That's a good BRS question. Are expired test kits still valid? Like how far is too far past expiry with these test kits? I mean, I know they said a best if used by
Right.
the date, but when does it become bad?
It's totally off. Like the numbers are totally off.
Right.
I just think, and I'm pretty sure the companies don't want to expose the truth because that's the money out their pocket. Like you need your reagents. So yeah, just go off of what we say. But who knows? Who knows? I'm telling you out right now, and I'm gonna keep saying it. I know there's a couple people in here from the DMV. If you need it, pull up. Y'all give me a date. Y'all let me know when y'all want to come. Like I said, I got rock. Now that I think about it, I got rock, I got light, I got tank.
What lights do you have?
I got these old like Chinese box.
Wait,
Trying to think what else.
is it that light that that Mookie has on that
Nah.
that nano build?
No. I don't have that one. Like I said, I'll take a picture of the stuff. It ain't the greatest, but hey, for free, hey, you know what I'm saying? You can have it. Like,
Cause I do need a light for that 5 gallon. That's the only one that I need.
this light was just ridiculously huge. Like it ain't going.
Oh, it's like a big one.
Yeah. Let me think. I walked upstairs to the boiler room. I got fish stuff, and I got my company supports my hobby so much because they should have fired me over this stuff. Like seriously, I should be like jobless, like all the stuff I've been hoarded over the years, and I've been here for 5 years. Like I done hoarded so much stuff here. I should be fired. Like seriously. I got like I said, I got tanks galore. I mean, partially it's because it's a tank upstairs that I help care for. It's a 150 tank, so I can say some of the stuff is this. I'm looking at a protein skimmer right here. Like literally, y'all think I'm lying. Like I got stuff just sitting around. Like if you want it, you can have it, yo. Like I have the cup. The cup is upstairs somewhere. But this Aretha Octopus is the 150 Space Saver. I'm pretty sure somebody can use this. I don't know if it's working. I don't care. I want to get rid of it. So then I'm going to definitely take that advice. I wonder if I could just bring everything there and just leave it and like, hey, go pick out what you want. Just shout me out on Instagram or something. You ain't gotta do that. Yeah, I'm not. I know, King. So see, when you said sell stuff, right? You're looking for something back, like you want to get some money back. But a lot of headaches coming with selling stuff, which I really don't want to deal with. You know what I'm saying? Like, to make a quick buck back, like, yeah, I get it. You know what I'm saying? I get something for my money, for my trouble. But at some point, it's like, do you have the time? Do you have the energy? This person wanted, like, it's I'm not a seller, yo. Like, take it. Take what you need, man. I'll feel good paying it for it that way. And
yeah, but then you gotta ship it, and then you gotta worry about what if it gets broken on the way there. And then you gotta come out the pocket and buy shipping materials and all this other stuff. I mean,
yeah.
I mean, look,
I'd rather give it away because it ain't taking no money out my pocket by sitting here because it's just gonna sit here. I'd rather just get, like I said, I'd rather in the perfect world, I'd rather somebody take this stuff and use it and set it up and be successful or whatever. And if they could pay it forward to somebody else, if they say they're growing corals and it's corals I don't have, and they using the equipment I gave them, they could frag me up something, that'd be payment enough. Or just them being successful, getting somebody else in a hobby, that's payment enough. Like everything
Well, why
is.
not do a trade then?
Well, a lot of people like I could do a trade. Actually, that's a good idea. That's good. But like I said,
Does
I
that reef
want to
octopus
get rid of it quicker than like even a trade is almost like a sale in a sense. Like people people are funny, man. They try to devalue something or put a value on something, and you always go back and forth with somebody when like, well, I'm giving you this, I'm giving you $300 worth of coral.
Yeah,
So
you're
this,
right.
you know what I'm saying?
People
So
do
you
that.
had that
Yeah.
back and forth, and sometimes that's just draining enough. It's like, all right, just you get to the effort mode, and you just But I am going to use my local Wilderness Club. Like I said, I would love to give it to somebody that can really use it. You know what I'm saying? That's like we met me and Mighty Nano Tank. I don't know if you guys follow him on Instagram. His name is Ben, and
Yeah, follow.
we met this young lady. He had broke down his 20 long, and it was just a tank. It's just a 20 long tank, and he like cut the little acrylic rods and made it like the little rim. And we met a young lady, and she was like just getting in a hobby, and that felt better. Like giving it to somebody that's just gonna get in a hobby, and she can make her mistakes or whatever, then sell it to somebody, and they get in the hobby and they make the mistakes, so they feel like they got ousted out some money. You know what I'm saying? That way, I wish somebody would start me off with something free, and I could do all my screw ups. I would have felt a little better. Be like, all right, man, I ain't spend such and such money on this, but as the hobby evolves, so do we as people. So it's good just to give it away. Like everything
That's
is
like
not
I
about
wish
money.
I could have had. I definitely wish coming into this hobby I could have had just like basically like what you just said, like a 10-gallon or a 20-gallon to start off with, something cheap, and just make my mistakes first and then get into this hobby. Because bruh, to say I'm only what 11 months in now with this 8-gallon, 3,500 seems like a lot to me. And that's including coral and everything else too. But 3,500 is a lot. Like I did do a lot to the tank with the refugium and all that stuff, but it just still seems like a lot.
It don't seem like a lot. It is a lot. You know, this is probably a bad thing, but we had a long drive for me and the wife and the kids, and you run out of stuff to talk about at some point, right? So we just started talking about the hobby and what's going on or whatever. And I was telling her about my tank and stuff. I was like, I can't believe how far I've come from when I first started, right? And we started reminiscing about the old tanks. And then we started, we just got into the thing. I was like, I wonder how much everything is worth, you know? And then so she got out her phone and I said, all right, let's start doing it, right? Let's start calculating it up.
Big mistake.
When it got over 5 digits, I just started feeling sick to my stomach.
Yeah.
I realized I got a decent mid-size sedan sitting in my living room in just equipment.
Yeah.
Nothing about corals, just equipment. And the thing about it is that you just start realizing, man, you accumulate a lot of stuff, and you do it slowly over time. You buy things, you experiment, you decide I want to get the Rolls Royce of it, so you end up buying that one instead, and you still have this old one here that you can't sell anymore. But what ends up happening is that you start thinking in terms of everything coral prices, right? So when I go, if I go do like grocery shopping, it almost doesn't mean anything to spend $200 in groceries because I'm like, oh, that's 4 frags.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like, damn, Is that how life is right now? You just think about things in terms of frag prices. Like, oh, how much does Hulu cost? Oh, damn, Hulu's less than the cost of one frag right now a month.
Yeah,
That's
for sure. Yeah, I cancel my Netflix, my Apple Music. Cause I'm like, man, I'm spending this, and I'm on my sister plan. Like, she add me to her account, so I'm like, I could buy corals. Like, it has come to that, which is actually sad, but it is. This hobby becomes a part of you. Like, it becomes a part of your thinking. You just become engulfed in the hobby, man. So, yeah, I just, man, I think about all the fish that I killed and what I paid for. Like, I know I flushed a lot of money down the toilet. You know, just literally, like, lost the fish, got it, whatever, and had to flush it down the toilet. And what's funny is, before I got in saltwater, I was in freshwater, and I used to think the discus was so much money. Like, man, I ain't spending those $60 on no fish. Like, that's crazy. Like, it was something about that fresh water that, and the discus in particular, it was like, man, that's a lot of money. And I think about it now, a pair of clownfish, like some designer clowns, like 150, 300, and wouldn't bat an eye. You know, I think about it a little bit, but just, I mean, you think about some of these corals, man, you spending $200, $300, like, and a frag of it. You know, it's like,
so
man.
Because it feels like it's justifying the price. That's what it is.
yeah.
But it's the same money though. It's the same font. Like, they changed the font, the price, so it looks a little different.
So here's a funny one, right? Like, I had an episode recently. I lost some corals and stuff. And I thought I would be very sad. I thought I would want to quit. I thought that I would just be like, oh man, this is really bad. You know, I lost some really nice colonies and stuff. And I realized that I didn't have a feeling anymore. And then I realized I had ascended past a certain point in my career, my reefing career, so to speak, to where if I bought a coral and it was say $100 and I lost it, if I lost it 3 months after the fact, I don't think I would feel anything. I'm just numb to losing corals. Comparatively, I might feel something if I lost it the same day or something, but I've become numb to certain things, certain losses, like fish dying and stuff like that. I don't know. I'd just be like, oh well, damn, must have been a bad fish, or he must have been collected by cyanide or something. I just become numb to it now, and it's scary because it's a lot of money that you can lose very quickly in this hobby. But that numbness, I think, is any reefer who's been doing it for a long time. That's your natural. That's where they ascend to at some point, where losing a frag is just like, oh well, just got to try again. So Holla at Reaper says he can never become numb to losing livestock. That's crazy, Tristan. See,
Oh,
Holla.
I've become numb also. Like, it's, if you go stay in a hobby, you gotta have tough skin, man.
So maybe he misunderstood. I'm not saying I don't care about the livestock that I've lost. It's just that I can no longer see a price tag on the livestock. It's just an object at that point. You know, it's I lost this frag. Damn. Oh well, I gotta try again.
Yeah, that's the attitude you have to have. Like, or you'll be, I don't know, forever. Like, you will be. I don't want to be a paranoid reefer. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want to be able to feel confident. You know what I'm saying? Like, I always look at the bright side, you know, or look at the glass half full. So I've tried powder blue tang a couple times. The one time I felt like I was gonna be real successful, I had to move real quick. I had to move. So I think the move killed my fish. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, man, if I would, I love this fish, and I'm not gonna give up until I get one successful. And I guess that's a lot of reefers mindset. Like, I'm gonna keep doing it till I get it right, almost. So you, in a way, you kind of become numb, but you still care. Like you don't, like it's costing you bread. Like it don't. This stuff is not cheap. So you kind of like, and I fall into this trap a lot. I go to different LFSs, and I do it because I like to just to see different things. You know what I'm saying? But in the back of my mind, I know which LFS I should be going to. So I will go to one that's 45 minutes away, then I go to another one that's 20 minutes away, and you mix and mingle, and you see a good price. Like we always fall for the lower price, so we go and snatch it. But that LFS might not put it through the quarantine to need it, and you take a chance, man. This hobby is very risky, to say the least. So I don't know. I'm trying to lower my risk into buying the good equipment. Livestock, I'm not there yet. I'll be the first one to admit that I don't always follow my own advice. And you just, this hobby's addictive, man. Like, I don't know. It's hard to
that feeling, that collector feeling, that numb feeling, that I talk about it with my wife all the time because she sees when I get stressed out over the tank, but it's not like a stressed out over work, and it's not like a stressed out over other things like life stuff. This is a stress out over a hobby, and my stress is because it's not perfect, and I'm not perfect, and something I've done, and I can only really blame myself for failing at any aspect of this hobby. But there are things that I just can't explain, like why would a 3-year-old Walt Disney colony that was 6 inch by 6 inch die? Nothing else died. Nothing.
yeah. It's no explanation, and you didn't change nothing. You went by the book, and you feel like it should have lived. Like it was doing so good for 6 years. Why are you dying now? Like, and it's a bit like, so they say you learn by your failures. Um, so you try to learn, throughout all your mishaps or whatever. But I don't know. Like I said, it's a tough skin hobby in my opinion, and the weak will not survive it. Like you get attached, you get too attached, and then you out. You know what I'm saying? You out of here. And I had a talk with Reefer Gill in Vegas, and we talked, man. You could just see the hurt in him, like, and he's been in the hobby for a while. But when he lost his clownfish to Velvet, like he was like literally done. And this dude just built this amazing system. Like he had it color coordinated. He was pumping out YouTube videos every week. And when he got Velvet and lost his clowns, that almost did it for him. Like he wasn't lying. He was like, I'm done. I'm about to sell my tank DC. Like I can't do it. Like, what I'm saying? I'm like, nah, man, stay in the hobby, man. Your content is great. This and that. I'm talking to him as a fan, but as a fellow reefer, like, come on, man, you can't give up. Like, that's what weak people do. So, like I said, this hobby for the tough skin. And if you think about all the stuff that we could possibly face, like, I remember watching one of Than's videos on Title Guy where he was talking about the pests, and I had never seen a Zoa eating spider or nudibranch, and I'm like, man, if I get one of them joints, I'm gonna be devastated. Like I'm not immune to getting that. And when he said like no matter what dip, the eggs could still survive and all this stuff, I'm like, geez, like, ugh, I don't want that,
Yeah, why even
But
bother?
if I get it, I get it.
Why even bother? I mean,
Right.
I think
Like,
it's safe to say, like, if you're a reefer, and I would say that there may be like 3 moments in every reefer's life that will dictate whether or not you're going to be in it for the long run. The first moment in every reefer's life, I think, is a tank crash. No, sorry. The first moment is a fish or disease, fish diseases, right? So, like, I mean, I'm pretty sure this has happened to everybody in the chat at some point. You try to do everything right with the quarantine and everything like that, but then you throw everything in your tank, you slip up, you throw a crab in, and you really, honestly, I think none of you or anyone knows how exactly it got into your tank after you did everything you had to do, but you still got it. So, what do? You break down your tank, you pull out all your fish, you suffer losses, you run your tank fallow for 72 days. You stress while your fish are in quarantine. You lose fish in quarantine. You quarantine them. You throw it in. You go through that cycle like 2 or 3 times. You still get nicked. You say, all right, screw it. Pop and drop, ride or die. The best man win. Do a gladiator style, right? So that's the first one. The second one, I think, is inability to keep a coral, right? So whether you're trying SPS or you're trying to keep frog spawn or something like that. So like you throw in 5 acros that you just got in a worldwide coral sale, drop like $300. You throw them in there, they all die. You're like, damn, what the hell did I do wrong? So you did all your testing. So then you go and you buy some more frags and you throw them in. You still can't keep them alive, and they're dying too. And you're like, what the hell's going on? My alk is right, my calcium's right, everything is legit on this system. And then one day you throw in some purple Pasillipora and it lives, and you're just like, no way. You throw in another frag and it lives. You're like, no way, I've hit it. But to you, you felt like you've done nothing. But in reality, you've been testing more diligently. You've been keeping up on your water changes more diligently. So your failure has caused you to become a better reefer, right? So that's the third one. So that's the second one. The third one is a tank crash. And that's when you lose everything, and you have to make that defining moment in your life, in your reefing life. You know damn well you can sell all of your equipment, even on the secondhand market, make a hella bread, buy yourself a motorbike, take your family on a nice trip, buy some nice computer gear or whatever it is your vice is, right? I don't know if it's hookers and blow. You know you got this massive amount of money that you can get from selling the system. But do you get out because you crashed? Or do you come back harder than before? If you make it past that third one, then you're probably going to be in the reefing hobby for a very, very long time. It doesn't matter if you crash right right after. You just be like, oh, well, whatever. Let's do it again.
Yeah, I agree 100%, man. Like, even if you take a break, right? Because there's no real breaks in this hobby. You coming back. Like, when you say you take a break, you coming back sooner than you expect. So it's like, what can I do better this time that I did last time? For me, it was buying a new system. Like I said, I'm not buying no more used systems. Like, I'm not buying no more glass that it's minor scratches, but you can't see it once the tank is filled. Like, I'm not falling for that no more. Like, I see it. I see that scratch every time. Like, I'm not buying secondhand stuff no more. Only thing I will buy used would be like a livestock. Like, I will buy a powder blue or a purple tank that's been in the tank for 6-7 years, stuff like that. But for the most part, I want to be the reason why this stuff does good. I want to be able to hand select everything. Like, so this system, I was determined to buy stuff that's gonna last me. Things that I needed that's gonna make my hobby easier. And make it more cleaner and neat. Now the whole boxes, and I'm getting to that, but I'm talking about my actual system. Like, I wanted everything. Like my last tank, I had wood stand, and it started warping. Like, it started like almost deteriorate. I said, no, I'm not buying no more wood stands ever again. I'm doing aluminum from now on. And that's that's the growth. That was, to me, that was the failure. Like, this stand is not aesthetically pleasing them. Now it's still holding the tank, but I need something that's gonna last. So I believe wood stand is gonna be a thing of the past unless you're trying to DIY. I think all companies are going to aluminum now, just because you don't have to worry about that. You don't worry about the it like the salt water tearing it up. another thing was when I glue my PVC, I'm not using purple primer. I'm using clear primer, so everything looks neat. So it's like you learn through your failures. Like,
Every iteration is better than the previous one. You know,
yeah,
you do
absolutely.
something I had these two pickle jars in my garage for months, telling myself I'm gonna make a water change station. That I'm gonna have RODI on tap and I'm gonna have salt water on tap whenever I want it. And I just procrastinated doing it. And then I finally did it one weekend, and I don't even know how I lived without it. You
Yeah,
know, the ability to just go in there with a bucket and just get as much salt water as I want because I just spilled a bunch, or I need to rinse something out, but I don't want to rinse it out in fresh water or tap water. I want to do it in salt water or fresh RODI water that I know is not going to be, tainted with a whole bunch of crap inside of it. I think that's when you do it. That's what ends up happening. Every iteration is better than the last until you get to that point. Because I mean, I see a common trend with a lot of these, clutch, beautiful looking reefs, right? And it's usually somebody who's been in it for a while. And when you read the little history or little backstory on the tank, you realize that, oh, they started with something small, they didn't like it, or they had a big crash and they came back stronger. And this is the result of that coming back stronger. Almost everyone has been through these ups and downs, but they come back stronger. And I think those are the tanks that people admire, the ones that have been through adversity, so to speak.
yeah, absolutely, man. And those, like you said, the ones that people admire, and then you admire it also. Like, it's a good feeling to come home and see your tank thriving. Like, and first thing I do when I walk in the door, put my stuff down, and I go straight to my tank. After I say hi to everybody, kiss them, and all
And
that
that's the
stuff.
satisfaction right there.
That's the satisfaction. Like, I want to take this in right now. Like, man, like I felt the first thing I did when I got back from New Orleans was I looked because the tank is on the right. I looked to the right. I want to see if something died or, you know, I wanted to see something good. And the only thing that I saw that I was disappointed in was that the MP40 was blowing my sand all over the place because I didn't change the settings before I left. I thought I was gonna up it, get some nutrient export. The sand is like part of the season. I'm like, oh crap, just covering some coral, but it's okay. You know, I was cool with that. Clean the glass, everything looking good. I'm like, yes, like it's like reassure you why you're in the hobby. Like, I know a lot of
Right.
people say during the summertime the hobby kind of take a hold. It to me it don't. Like I love this a year round hobby for me. Like I enjoy it all year round. Like
Well,
I put
people,
on my
people.
I put on my lotion in front of my tank. Like I'm just sitting there looking.
Well, it's funny that you mentioned that. Like during the summer, people take a halt because for a lot of fish stores online, even brick and mortar, they'll tell you that the summertime is one of the slowest times in the hobby, and you think to yourself like, well, why is it so slow in the summertime? Aren't people, taking this opportunity to work in their tanks and stuff? And see, that's the key word. They're taking an opportunity to work on their tanks. So you'll find a ton of people will build their tanks early spring throughout the summer, right? And right as the fall starts setting in is when they're ready for livestock. But it's cold, so they got to order everything online, or they got to, go to all the different fish stores, and that's when the adventure of stocking begins. People go on this stocking rampage to stock up their tank and get cool stuff because they want stuff in it. And that's why the fall and winter times are so popular. It's not only because people are just inside looking at their tank or there's nothing else to do. It's just that a lot of people take the summertime to build and make changes. And usually when you're building and making changes, you're not buying livestock.
Mm.
Tell you what, another thing with me too, I noticed if I come in a house and my tank is looking a certain type of way, especially the way that I want it to look, bro, my day, like I feel so happy and my day goes so much better. But I don't know what it is. It's like I know I'm attached to this tank because it's like if the corals are closed up, like if my indicator corals are closed up or something, dude, my day it'll feel like I ain't gonna say I'm sad, but it'll feel like my day won't go as well. Like I'll be way happier knowing like, man, my tank's at home thriving. My corals, you know what I'm saying, they popping right now. They fully open and they big as I don't know what. that's what makes me feel good sometimes when, like you were just saying with the satisfaction. That you really need that sometimes when you get inside. Like you might have a bad day, but then you come home and you're looking at that tank with those corals just flowing and like they're looking back at you in a way. That's what make you feel good about the tank, man.
Yeah, I mean, I garden a lot during the summertime, because I like to grow as much of my own food as I can. And, thankfully I'm in a place where I can do that. And, I figured that's maybe why I'm not so attracted to, freshwater systems, because I have a garden of sorts in the back. I got my green fix outside.
Right.
But for the most part, but you're right. That satisfaction of cooking with food that you grew, or going over to your tank and seeing your fish and seeing everybody healthy, and your sand bed looks nice and clean, and your rocks look good, and you don't see no aptasia nowhere, and all your corals look fat and fluffy. You're just like, damn, bro, I hit it. I hit my
Yeah.
stride. That's what I call it, the Jesus water stage, man. When you know for a fact you could throw anything you want in there and it's gonna be a-okay. You done figured out
Right.
all the flow. You done figured out all the lighting. You know exactly how much you need to put of whatever you need to put inside there to make everything be happy. And as long as you don't stray away from that, you should be a-okay.
Man, I feel you with growing your own food too, man. Like that's definitely a goal. I feel like I won't meet that goal until I finally get my own house, but I don't know. I'm still thinking about. We have a patio at the apartment complex I stay in. I'm thinking about still putting some tubs outside and probably trying to grow something that I can grow inside of a tub. Well, my girl wants to do that mainly, but I definitely want to get to a point where I'm growing my own fruit and vegetables and stuff. Because then, just like we was talking about with the thing with organic stuff, it's like as organic as it could be because it's coming from you, like I know that
Mhm.
have to feel good, bro.
I don't plant no trees on my property that doesn't produce fruit or something that we can eat. So all the only trees I've planted on my property are like peach trees, apple trees, pear trees, Asian pear trees. I got like blackberry bushes with like like 100 pounds of blackberries on it right now. Them kids be going outside, come back in with their t-shirts and their face covered in blackberry juice, just sitting there, just picking it off. They're just going to town.
Yeah, that's a good feeling, man.
That's a great feeling. The
Yeah,
baby go out there, he sees the blueberry bushes. Oh man, he knows which ones are the good ones. He knows the big blue ones are the ones he can eat. Don't eat the green ones because they're gonna be sour and taste nasty. So
yeah,
he just, see him out there just
That's
running
called
up there,
really
just
enjoying
picking
the
them.
fruit of your labor.
That's what that is though. But let me tell you something, man. If you grow your own blackberries versus buy them in the store, the ones that you grow are so much. They're like big as your thumb is how
Mm.
big
I love blackberry.
blackberries are supposed to be. Not them little, like, I don't know what's a good reference, like the head of a like a Nerf bullet or something like that. What they be selling in the store.
Man,
Dude,
that's
I'm
because
gonna
that
have to
stuff
bring the
fake
kids
too.
down there to Charlotte, man. We're gonna let's let them turn them loose, Tristan.
Hey man, they can go eat themselves full, bro. It's all organic
Yeah,
too.
yeah, for
Man,
sure.
that stuff in the stores be fake. That's like my girl, man. She love watermelon, right? But I be telling her to stay away from that seedless watermelon. But it's like it seems like that's all they're selling in the stores now. You can't even like down here in Louisiana, you can barely find in any stores that have whole watermelon with seeds in it. Like you have to find somebody, in a pickup truck on the side of the road, well, selling them out of their pickup truck. And them
Hmm.
seed, I don't want nothing that's seedless, bro. If it's seedless, how the hell is it growing? That's my thing with it. You know what I'm saying? Anything that's seedless, I don't trust it. Good.
Well, to me, I thought the seedless thing was and this
They pick them
could
early.
be injected, not injecting something to kill the seeds or something in it. I don't know. Because
Yeah, but
like you
it's
said, it
like
happens
even
to
then,
grow.
it's like,
Like the
yeah, man. I
grapes.
don't know.
Like grapes are seedless, right? I personally
Right.
love seedless grapes, but I'm
They all
thinking
good.
it's something that they put in, they put in it to kill the seeds or something. I don't know. But you're right,
Right.
man. It's weird, you know what I'm saying? It feel like everything they do it's gonna kill us all, the air, all everything. So it's almost like I try not to worry too much about that stuff. Like I'm trying to enjoy life and food and
Yeah.
like I
Sometimes it's
know
hard for me, man. I
it
look at
is.
way too. I look at stuff that I probably should not look at. Like I guess you would consider me a conspiracy theorist because I go way too deep into stuff that I know I should not be looking. I ain't gonna say I shouldn't be looking at, but some stuff I shouldn't be concerned with. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure. Like I mean, that's life, man. Like we look at everything like they say, everything. I think one of these it was a research about baby powder causing cancer, and it's like well, damn, you know what I'm saying? Like what is safe?
Is nothing safe anymore? Baby powder cup. Jesus.
Yeah, the Johnson and Johnson. They
Oh
put out,
yeah, we stopped using that on our baby
yeah,
years ago because we used to use that, and when we saw that, we just stopped using it, bro. Like
all the time. Like
we
it's like
stopped using
damn.
all Johnson and Johnson products.
Yeah, so it's like at some point you looking like, man, if I walk out here, if I drink from the water fountain, I'm gonna get cancer. You know, it's just you try not to be that because I lost my father to cancer, so I try not to think everything's gonna make me sick, you know what I'm saying? Because once you see a loved one, like, you know what I'm saying, go through that, it really plays on your mind. So you try to be extra cautious and careful, but then you're not living life. Like it's hard like to enjoy life. Like, dang, I can't do nothing. You know what I'm saying? I might as well just check out now. You know what I'm saying? So
right. Well, the main things I feel like, you know, and I'm sorry to hear it about your father too, but the main things I don't know. I feel like definitely look out for, like, if they take something off the market and it stays off the market for a while, like how they did Bluebell, and then people still went back to eating Bluebell, bro. I never touched Bluebell since it came back to the market. Like Bluebell ice cream, like I'm not messing with nothing that left and then it came back. Like they had this bread we were getting from Walmart, and it wasn't Nature's Own. It was called something else. I think it was Nature's Valley or something like that. And I haven't seen that bread in months. Like I don't know if they just completely just got rid of the bread, but if that bread comes back, I don't want it because like they alter it when it's like too good, and then they bring it back so they could, you know, wind up killing you with it, man. Like saying they got some stuff in this. That's like they got a thing going on right now. Like some of the water that's at Whole Foods and Target has something in it. My girl was telling me about, and it's like, dang, it's like even water, bro. Like how do you contaminate the water that's in those bottles, and then give it to somebody, man? That's why I look. And that's another thing too. Like another thing with the water, man. I feel like people go way too far into detail with the pH of the water that's going into our body.
Right.
All that alkaline.
You're right.
Bro,
Right.
that's another thing. That's bullshit, bro. Like you ever drunk Fiji water, right?
Dude,
You ever looked at the back of the Fiji water?
Listen, I drink water out the damn hose when I was a kid.
Exactly, dude. I used to drink water exactly, and it used to taste so
Outside.
good because you were thirsty, bro. Like,
Yeah, I was just thirsty, man. I ain't care about no pH or the alkalinity.
Bro, that shit is bullshit, dude. If you look at the back of the Fiji water, that shit says 7.7 pH, right? Because 7.7 is like the highest that your body can take, like so far as in pH. So all those people that's trying to get like 9 pH water, 8 pH water, dude, that's not even natural. That's sort of like what we do to our reef tanks, even though, you know, we know the ocean is the pH of the ocean is like 8.2. That's natural for those creatures that are in the ocean. But for human body consumption, we're not drinking ocean water. We're not drinking, you know, that type of water that's coming from over there. So why are we drinking stuff that's above what's in natural seawater like that? That's crazy. Like 9 pH is way too high for the body, you know, to be consuming. I think 7.7 is the best that you could get. You might as well say somebody adding some alkalinity to your water.
Dude, what's the pH of this ginger ale I just drunk?
Right.
Because I sure drunk it, you know what I'm saying? I know this ain't natural. Like it just, man, I look at everything like this now. Like if it's gonna make you sick, you know what I'm saying? It's gonna make you sick. Like you gotta listen to your body almost, you know. I don't think nobody's going through life drinking and eating the right thing all the time. Like it just, as human beings, you know what I'm saying, we're not eating or drinking the right stuff all the time. Like it's just not gonna happen. So our bodies will adjust, you know, just like anything. And it is what it is. Like I was just telling Holla at your boy, I ate 6 of those beignets at Cafe. I mean, that stuff was good, but I know that wasn't good for me.
Hey,
but I ate it.
At the end of the day, your body enjoyed it.
Man, listen, and we'll do it again. Like I was so covered in powdered sugar, like I had powdered sugar everywhere.
Yeah,
But
that's dope.
man, was I happy? I
That's
was so
dope to
happy,
hear,
man. Same thing with this hobby, man. You spend all this money, but man, at the end of the day, you are so happy, man. It's like this hobby is rewarding. Like I'm happy. Like I'm glad I'm in the hobby. I feel like I'm chosen almost. Like my friends, when they see my fish tank, they have no clue what a saltwater tank is. Like literally, they never. It blows their mind. Like they like wow. Like if like they see Nemo, you know what I'm saying? They see Dory. They like, wow, I never seen that. All they know is about goldfish, turtles.
Froze up, DC.
Yeah, I think that's a lie. So
Oscar, you know what I'm saying? The piranhas, stuff like that. But they never introduced. I broke up.
It
Can y'all
froze
hear
up
me?
for like a second.
It froze. Oh, okay.
Yeah, we got the gist though. Yeah, it's prawns. So they never seen stuff like that. You realize most people haven't even been to the ocean that live like an hour from the ocean, and they sure as hell don't know what's in the ocean. So like the only time people like that are ever exposed to what we have in our fish tank is when they go to a public aquarium, which I think is the worst place ever to try and experience. I have yet, in my experience, and I go to a lot of public aquariums, to really see a full blown healthy reef system in a public aquarium. It
Right.
always looks about to die.
Yeah.
It always looks like a new. It always looks like a new setup, basically.
Do you go to the aquariums and be judging like, oh, look at all that cyano, or look at all that?
Every single time, I go in there going like, yeah, that ain't no coral
I
reef.
haven't been to Owls in a minute. The last time I went, man, I'm gonna be honest. Owls was pretty nice, but then again, I was way younger, and I think it was more so I think the reef was okay, man. I think I know what you're talking about. It had that dull look to it. It wasn't,
Yeah.
Yep.
like
It
I
wasn't
don't know.
popping.
Maybe they should work on. Yeah, it wasn't popping, bro. Like maybe it might have been the lighting too, because I mean, at that time, like I said, I was really really young. I don't think LEDs were out like that. Maybe they should like kind of upgrade certain things. I don't know if they did or not, but maybe they should be upgrading certain things too, like getting some industrial style LED lighting up and you know what I'm saying?
So I
And
want you.
have everything looking crazy.
I want you to think about something that's cool. If you have a bounce mushroom in your personal aquarium and somebody comes into your house and sees that bounce mushroom, there is a very high likelihood that that person would be one of very few people to have ever seen a bounce mushroom ever. Ever. You literally have something in your tank that you cannot go to any public aquarium in the world to go see it.
True. Absolutely true. I can't. That's what keeps us in this. Like, it's not only our satisfaction, but to see the look on our, family and friends. They're so intrigued, and then you can basically communicate with them, like, or you could you kind of teach them like, this is what this is. It's such a rewarding type of feel. Like, oh man, like they've learned. Like when I went to New Orleans, my soon-to-be brother-in-law came over to feed the fish, right? So Marquita was like, I bet Marcus sit there and stare at the tank. And sure enough, he sat there, like after he feed him, I told him just do a pinch. And so he saw the jawfish, and he saw the jawfish come out, and he stood there and he watched the jawfish like take the rocks and spew it out his mouth to make him some room or whatever. And he thought that was the coolest thing. And I was like, I'm glad he felt what I feel. It's like, you could explain a hobby to people, but when when they can like engulf themselves into your tank and they see all the, like, I like a whole construction site in my reef. Like, I like all of the cleaner shrimps, the pistol shrimps, the free swimming shrimp, free swimming fish, the perching fish. Like, I like it. I like all that. I like it very busy. So when he's looking at it, he's like, he's like me, you know, he's looking at all kinds of things, but that jawfish caught his attention because he never seen nothing like that. He was like, yo, that joint is spitting the rocks out his mouth. Like he thought that tickled him so much. He was like, look at that. Like, and then he saw a shrimp in there. He was like, yo, it's a shrimp in the sand. Like he was so amazed.
Yeah. Like he will never see that again in his life unless he goes to like another reefer with that same fish or the same invert. It's like I think people are shocked that they're, you know, I think people actually breeze through a lot of the under ocean or coral reef biotopes in public aquariums because there's usually nothing there worth seeing.
Yeah.
But it's the things that you don't see that are very often unless you're a scientist. You don't really even know they exist. And like you look at things like a Colorado sunburst or like a bounce mushroom or like a crazy looking chalice or a freaking home wrecker or a strawberry shortcake, right? I've yet to see David Attenborough on planet Earth show me a strawberry shortcake in the wild.
Exactly.
You know, you'll never see it ever.
Right. And it won't look like even if it is, like it won't look like a strawberry shortcake. Like it don't, like all the corals, like the diving videos I see, they look, all the corals look the same color, and it's not impressive to me. Like it's like I've been snorkeling and I wasn't like snorkeling for the corals. Like I was just snorkeling to see all the fish, basically.
Yeah.
And I felt like I was in my element, but I was like, my tank looked way better than this.
that's and that's the key thing. Like it's just so unique having something in your house that somebody might go through their entire life without ever seeing. I think that's pretty cool.
Yeah, and it's like I said, this hobby, even like the nanos show, like the nanos can draw you in. Like you could find yourself like nose to nose to a nano and be sitting there for minutes, hour, you know what I'm saying, or an hour just staring at everything that's going on in there. Like, and say this is it's an interesting hobby because it keeps your attention. Like,
Yeah, it does.
And it's stuff that I remember having this nano in here, and I had bought a box fish, and I really didn't document it like that. But I bought a small little cow, like I don't want to say cowfish. It looked like a little cheese ball, and it had black spots. And I used to come in to work every morning with water on my desk, and I kept saying to myself, like, what is leaking? I was looking up in the ceiling to see what was leaking or whatever, checking all my plumbing, everything checked out. And then one day I saw the daggone boxfish spit water out of the tank. And I was like, what the hell? Like this joint just spit at me, yo. Like spitting water out the tank. Like real subtle.
Bro, I had a lionfish that did that. I know what you're talking about, bro. And it's cool when they do that. I know what you're talking about.
I'm up here wiping up water every morning. I'm like, I'm leaving papers. Like, I'm like, why is my paper wet? Like, I know this tank is not leaking. You know what I'm saying? I know it's not leaking. I checked it. That the joint was spitting water outside the damn tank, yo. I said, oh, this is next level. Like, of course, I kept it in a small tank. It died, you know what I'm saying, and killed everything in my tank. Like, I had these clownfish in there. When that boxfish died, that joint killed everything. Like, and I knew, you know what I'm saying? Like, I knew the risk. But I was willing to take that risk, which is not a smart thing to do, but, you know, I wanted to be rewarded for my risk. But, man, that joint was spitting outside the tank.
Oh, my God. Some Aptasia done got in my tank, man.
Oh, you got the peppermint shrimp to take care of it.
Now you're a real reefer. Now you're a real reefer. I don't know if a person made it through life without Aptasia, so meh.
Yeah.
Or Astraina stars.
Some stuff right now, bro. Trying to get this turkey base to see if I can get it out.
Yeah, I don't care what you do. You gonna catch it somewhere. You could do all you can. That Aptasia or them Astraina stars. One of the two. you're gonna deal with it.
Tube worms, bristle worms, all that stuff, man. You're gonna
I
catch
don't
it.
mind the bristle worms though. Like they're pretty good in the refugium. I don't mind the bristle worms as much. But this Septasia, this gotta go. I ain't feeling this.
Yeah,
I
it
had a
spread pretty
bunch
quick.
of this in my.
I think Astorina starts spread quicker than the Aptasia.
Man, seriously.
Hell yeah, man! Like them Aptasias, man, they can grow. They grow so fast, like they multiply so fast, man. I mean, I think the Astorina stars multiply faster than the Aptasia. It's just that the Aptasia has a direct hit on your corals, like because they grow beside them, and then you'll see them just like your corals kind of like shriveling up or closed. So you will want to get rid of the Aptasia first, but as some Astorina stars will be sitting on your acans and on your zoas, and I've seen it all, man. But what I like about the Aptasia and the Astorinas, they have natural predators. So especially when you put that a Harlequin shrimp in, like you'll see all the Astorina stars like climbing on the glass, like trying to get out. Cause like I think that the Harlequin shrimp, like, or at least some type of smell or whatever he do, man, he gets them to running.
Man, I'm trying to smuggle me some Harlequin shrimp into Australia right now.
Oh yeah.
Them things go for
Oh yeah.
$1,500 a piece.
$1,500
A piece for a shrimp.
Damn. They must got a bad Aptasia over there.
Yo, if I had FU money, I would legit buy like 5 and then eat it. Just eat it on YouTube just to piss everybody off. Just eat 5
Yeah.
Harlequin. Like the most expensive shrimp cocktail ever.
1,500 US dollars,
Yeah, it's apparently stupid expensive.
and there's no way you could get it on the plane.
Not without breaking many, many, many laws.
Man,
I mean,
but
they got them. Like you can buy them, but you just gotta pay grip because they gotta come from like other countries and stuff. And it's like anything else, they're just not, I guess.
Look, I'll
easy to
take
come
that.
by.
I'll take that. I mean, what they're gonna lock you up if
Man,
you
you're breaking trade rules, CITES. You don't have a license to import into the country. FWC is gonna come after you. Man, you're gonna get hit with like a lot in like tickets and fines for doing that. It ain't worth it, man.
man, $3,000 for a pair. But you know what will happen is I'll get greedy and I'll keep trying to do it and I'll get caught. That's what happens.
Yeah, I
You
mean,
get
when you think about it, it seems like the same thing in like I think in like China or something like that. You could pick up like a gem tank for like a couple $100, like $200
Yeah.
or something like that.
Well, they're coming down over here though. It's starting to come down.
Yeah, they like 750 now.
Yeah.
Now I saw one guy was selling on my one of the forums for like $450.
Yeah, NY Aquatic. New York
Yeah.
Aquatic.
So I still think for me that's a little. If they get to about 200, then I'll go ahead and grab one.
You know what's
Which would be
funny?
like,
It's funny when we buy gem tanks and like what's the other Achilles tanks at the wholesaler.
mhm.
They always laugh, and if it took us the first 2 times or so of buying them for a customer or whatever, before we're like, why you guys always laugh from people when we buy these? He goes like, because we know you guys are gonna go and sell it for like $200-300, and it's gonna die, and you're gonna come back, and it's just like sometimes it's just some fish just better left the hell alone.
Mm.
It's better left alone. Just leave them alone. It's just we don't know enough about them or something. Just leave them alone, man. You're just taking lives left and right. Just trying to get them done. And those are some of them fish, man. Those are some of those fish like that even with your best intention, your best quarantine effort, your best feeding effort, they could be eating like crazy in your quarantine tank. You throw them in your display, and then they just stop.
Yeah, but I'm saying, look, I feel you on that, Tristan. But if you go to my LFS, which is really not LFS, it's like a freaking Walmart of LFS, they had the gym tank in this 40 breeder for about 5 years now. And the joint had the price tag of 1,600. It's at House of Tropicals. This gym tank's been in there for so long because nobody's touching that price tag. So I'm thinking to myself, like, they got to take it out this 40 breeder because this is not going to do well. I mean, there's no rock in there. This thing has been thriving, man, growing and everything. Like, I was like, what? Like, Lynn, and she could tell you, like, this gym tank has been at the LFS for about 5 years now and haven't missed a beat. Like,
I hear you, bro. Nemo's got one like that too, but I feel like those are the exceptions. Those are
yeah,
the exceptions, man. Like, I know people who got big tanks, little tanks, has done tried so many Achilles, so many
oh,
powder blues,
man, the
myself
Achilles. Yeah,
included, so many powder browns, and just no matter what they do, no matter how they try, the fish just not living. And one guy said, "Listen, man, I wanted this fish so bad that I bought a Red Sea Reefer 650 used secondhand, set it up, and he was literally the first fish in there. And he said he must have tried to like three of them in that
wow,
tank to try and get them to kick out. He said sometimes they lasted like 2 3 months, and then he said he got one to last about like a year, and then it just took. It was like a year of just slow death. It just kept, you know, getting weaker and weaker until it just went belly up. And he's just like, man, he said, I just had to give up on that fish. It's just not gonna happen. Like that's my feeling right now towards flame angels. I tried. Oh man, I think I'm on a list somewhere for how many flame angels I have flushed, but I'm just not gonna do it again. I'm just gonna look at them. I'm gonna appreciate them from afar. I'm gonna appreciate them
no,
in other people's tanks.
no,
I'm just
Tristan,
gonna leave it alone.
that's not
I'm,
the spirit. That's not the
bro,
spirit.
I'm
I
leaving them the hell
have
alone.
listen, I got a flame angel upstairs living with a bicolor angel, and that joint is nice and fat and just can't live life more than like I feel that I feel you on that. And like I said, I was like that with the powder blue. I was like, man, this is my favorite fish, but I don't know, man. Like I see other people have success with it, but I just can't get it right, man. I every tank I have, I feel like it's not complete without the fish that I love. And we all had that one fish that we just love, like that brought us into the hobby almost. And I feel like the flame angel is yours, Tristan.
Yeah.
And I don't feel like you should, like, it's a part of you, like your Elos tank, you know what I'm saying? It's a part of you that really like, I want to put this flame angel in this Elos tank. Like that nice orange and oh man, with the blue fins. Come on,
Stop it,
Tristan.
man. You gonna make me
Oh,
go buy a damn flame angel. I ain't trying to kill another one right now. Cause
who,
them,
you
them,
fooling, Tristan? Listen,
them two
you
fish
call me
are my
out.
kryptonite right now.
You call me out on
Flame
my
angel.
boxes. You call me out on my boxes. So listen,
yo, but I'm guilty of the boxes too. But all I'm saying is that like I would, I plan to put a powder blue in the Elos, right?
Oh man,
I got one that I like. He's been eating really well, and I legit want him to be the first fish in that tank. And I'm not adding any other tang to that tank. There's not going to be no yellow. There's not going to be no purples. Nothing like that. It's just going to be one powder blue, and then I'm going to fill up the tank with other cool fish like Antheus and stuff like that. Real ick resistant type fish. You know what I'm saying?
and flame angel.
Oh man,
Dude, listen, that's a to me that it's certain colors that you gotta have, like that flame angel, that yellow tang, that powder blue, that blue hippo, those colors. Like I don't know nobody that don't have those fish, like especially yellow tang. Like everybody, it's not like everybody has a yellow tang. I even put, as far as the Ras family, I even put the yellow quartz Ras in that group now. That's like that must have color. You got a color palette. The flame angel is like
it's the only
it's
one.
almost like Yeah, it's that one. You gotta have like I had like so we got the Flame Angel upstairs, so I could enjoy them, when I come to work. So I didn't want to have like the same fish in like all my tanks. So like the school tank, I got like a pygmy angel, something like that, so I could enjoy different fish in different tanks. So in my tank, the one I had a flame back angel, which almost was like the flame angel.
Yeah, I know.
It
I
had
have one.
nice, yeah, orange with blue, but man, them joints is super aggressive. Like that flame back angel chase any new fish. I mean, it didn't matter if it was an angel or clownfish, like it would chase it. So I thought that led to a lot of my, fish stressing out. But this go around, I was thinking about the Potter's Angel, but I know they notorious for chopping on ACAS.
Yeah.
I think I'm just gonna go ahead and get the either the I was thinking about the multi-bar angel. I really like that one, but if push comes to shove, man, that flame angel going in there, like Trisha, I can't believe you, man. Like you gotta get the flame angel. That's your fish, man.
You know how you know it's my fish? Like when I first got onto the hobby, one of the first books I bought, because I think it was still in print. I don't know if it's in print anymore, but I will be dating myself. But is it's by Robert M. Fenner. I have it right here in front of me. It's always on my desk. It's called The Conscientious Marine Aquarist, and on the cover of that book is a flame angel. And
Yeah,
I remember I bought the book because of that fish, and for the longest time, man, it's just been one of the fish that I've always wanted, man.
man.
I'm gonna
I
try
say
it.
go for it, bro. Like Nemo's don't have good quarantine fish.
No, they do. That's the thing. It's just that I don't know, man. It's either I've always gotten a healthy specimen and something else killed it, like ick or stress. I don't know, man. I've just had you name it for a reason. A fish to die. Is probably a reason I've lost a flame. But you just never like somebody said, who said it? King of Soul. You never know with angels, and in my tank with SPS, and I'm about to put like 15 grand worth of high end ACANs inside of the Elos. I don't know if I want to take the chance. I always said I
Really?
would do it if I did a fish only tank. I would buy a school of freaking flame angels just to
Nah, see,
satisfy
to
myself.
me, that's what makes it unique. Like the flame angel swimming around your bright, beautiful corals. Like, yeah, it looks good by itself, but once that joint take a swim past that gold torch or some Monty Port, or some type of SPS, like that's what makes, especially because angels swim through the reef. Like they like how some like open
They're
swimmers, they're
all
kind of
around
like
the rocks, yeah.
yeah. So just to see them dart in and out that rock skate, oh man, come on now. I know I'm preaching to the choir, but man, listen, you might have to go pick up a flame angel today.
Yeah, man, go pick that up today. We encourage
I
you.
think I'm gonna go pick up a flame angel today.
Jesus.
Yeah, I'm enabling you today to
You know
pick
what?
up
At the
your
same
flame
time,
angel. It has your
we not gonna
name
believe
on
in
it.
you no more if you don't go pick one
Oh man. Uh,
You know what? I'm with you on that, Jeremy. I'm starting not to believe in Tristan as a real reefer if he don't have the fish that he truly loves. Like my logo is I'm holding a pot of blue. What kind of example would I be setting if I didn't have a pot of
Powder
blue?
blue in tank,
I'll be a
right?
hypocrite.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right.
I'll be a hypocrite. Like that's crazy. Like look at me holding my pot of blue, my sunglasses on, my backwards cap. Like I gotta have that fish. Like
now.
even if I kill the first 4 or 5 of them, I'm going to keep trying until I get it right. Now, right now, I think my plan is today I'm gonna go get some. I'm gonna try some frozen food. And I'm gonna try some nori. And I'm gonna try to get my pot of blue like eating really aggressive. Now I left him alone. I left him and went out of town, and he's still doing good. He's still here with us. So I'm good. But man, I gotta have a pot of blue. Like that's a no brainer. We buy certain tanks to keep certain fish. You feel me? Like we buy tanks for the fish that we want to keep, not just the size of the tank, but you know how it's shaped. You know, we
Yeah, the
buy
dimensions
buy
definitely play a
deep tank.
difference because some might like a taller tank or something like that. Because I feel like for me, it's definitely the firefish. That's why when you go on my channel and they got the Bio Sensei thing that come on with the intro as a firefish right there. But the firefish that I want eventually is the Helfrichi firefish. It kind of looks like the purple firefish because I had a purple
Yeah,
firefish too. But that one would be like $100. Like the cheapest you'll probably catch one is like $80. Those are real nice too, man.
I think Tristan about to gas up the Mustang.
No, no. On page 252 of that book, they have a whole section on that flame angelfish, and I know because I've worn out the corner of where I have it bookmarked here. Because I remember after the third one that probably survived with me for a couple of months, I was like, let me do some more research. After you fail, I tend to just like take a step back and let me do some more research. Let me see what the pros say about this. So I mean, I had the book here, so I opened it up and I had read up on it, and just to see if maybe I was missing something about the fish itself. But I don't know. I've kept potters, I've kept alibi angels, I've kept coral beauties and stuff like that. I've had flamebacks before, midnight angels. I've had like all of those fish and they've survived well. It's just I don't know. I've always failed where the flame is concerned. But you know what? I'll do it for the gram. I'll try it. I'll
Yeah,
try it at
do it for
Alos.
the culture, Tristan, man. Listen, you're the only one I know that had a big screen at a reef show, man. For you to take this backward step, man, it's unbecoming of you.
My morals started getting to me.
Yeah,
My morals started. I was like, oh man,
that's
damn.
the devil.
I don't want to. I don't want to. If I know I'm gonna kill this fish, I just want to leave him alone. Just let him live his life. Live his best life wherever he is, whoever tank he makes it into. Hope he don't die. But
But
I've always been
yeah,
jealous. Like, yeah, you know who I was jealous of CJ's flame, right?
oh man,
Like he had it in his system, and it was a model citizen, but that fish just looked so freaking beautiful in his system. And it was just like I was like, damn, man. I remember talking about it too. Like, I cannot keep this damn fish alive. I don't know what the hell is wrong. And I went out of my way, man. I went out of my way to so far as to like take some rock out of my sump with sponge on the bottom of it, transfer it underwater in a bowl to the tank, just in case, cause they say how some angels like to eat sponges and stuff like that. Just to see if that would make him a little bit more hardier. But
yeah.
I think the longest I got one to live was about like 6 months, 6 or 7 months, and he think he died of a disease or he was just collected bad. I think that's the longest success I had with them. But knowing people who have had flame angels for years, like
Yep.
long, long stretches, just like it's
Yeah,
kind of like seeing a powder blue,
this is going on 2 years at least. Man, I remember buying him and he went through a tank transfer. I want to say this one about 3 years old. Like once they got established, and I didn't buy him from like one of the best LFS. I mean, I was like a flame angel gonna look see out because we didn't have a lot of coral and stuff. All I have was like mushroom and stuff up there, still do, but that color really attracted my residents. So they was like, "Ooh, that orange one is nice and pretty." Like I had to get that. I had to get the yellow tang because the yellow tang has that nice bright yellow. Powder blue. I mean, not the powder blue, the blue hippo, because everybody, that's Dory. It has that nice velvety blue look. So yeah, man, it's certain fish you gotta get in your reef because of the sheer color of it. Like it just looks good in the reef.
That's true.
So
Let me ask
yeah,
you a question. You think it's getting a little bit ridiculous with these designer clownfish now? Like,
yes,
I don't see anybody anymore just looking for a
Yeah,
good old
especially the
regular pair of Ocellaris clowns, like actual Nemo. I mean, you show people designer clowns, right? Black Storms or whatever, I think are the new hot thing. and they don't know it's Nemo. They just think it's a different fish. But you show them a Nemo colored fish, you know, the orange or white, and they're just like, oh. So I think most people forgot what a real wild clownfish looks like.
Oh, for sure. Like
I don't think I
they
could
look,
do it,
they look.
man.
I say they look like, especially when they start doing that, the long fin. 'Cause
It look like
I
it's
was
just
a
bit
fan
up.
of. Yeah, it look like one of them beta fish. You know what I'm saying? Like I was like, ugh, I'm not a fan of that. Like I can appreciate the advancement. You know, like okay, that's different. You know what I'm saying? But it took away from the authentic. You know, like it's not authentic to
Alter
me no
nature
more.
too
Like
much.
yeah, it's almost like now I'll be a hypocrite if I didn't say that I love the Da Vinci looking clowns and the you know the Wyoming whites. Like
Yeah, those are
I'll
nice.
be hypocrite if I say I didn't like it because I actually have like I got the nearly nakeds and I have the Wyoming whites or the frostbite, something like that. But they don't look too crazy, you know, like those like the black storms, like they look kind of like I don't know, they look a little too wild for me. Like it's like, oh, like yeah, what's next? Like
You know,
look like mutants.
the lyre-tailed clownfish looks like a lab experiment gone wrong. and I feel like if it's not really I was gonna say human, but it's not really a fish anymore.
Yeah.
It's just some weird thing. Like people forget that clownfish is supposed to be orange and white with a black outline around the white. And you walk into an LFS these days and try to find a real wild Ocellaris or just one that hasn't been bred to death, you know, you kind of go like, damn, I can't even find them anymore.
But you gotta admit though, them white like the ones that Corefish Tug G got, them joints is fire.
Yeah, they look nice.
You know what I mean? It's like a good. You gotta take the good with the bad with these. Like, yeah, y'all doing too much, but some of these clown, like I said, the whole long fin, the those I thought those was just like, I'm like, what the hell are y'all doing? Like when I first saw them, I was like, nah, and I was like, well, let me let it grow on me a little bit. Today it's still a no. Like no, like clownfish ain't supposed to have long fins. Like it looks like a beta.
Yep. I think the
Yeah,
wildest clowns I
look
got
like
is some frostbites.
didn't it look like a fish chewed on the fins too? That's what I really don't like about it.
Yeah.
Like you got fin rot or something. I don't like that.
It's all crazy. But I've seen like a now I don't know if this was like a man-made thing or if they was like experiment, but I seen like a hybrid like tang, like I saw a hybrid powder blue. I want to say I saw it on Live Aquarium, but I also saw it in my LFS, and I was like, damn, you know what I'm saying? That's nice, you know what I'm saying? But I don't know, you know what I'm saying? I didn't know too much about it, and I wasn't ready to buy that anyway at the time. So I was like, I'm gonna stick with my powder blue.
Yeah, man. Even at wholesale prices, those things are massively expensive. Anything that says it's a hybrid tang or something, man, you starting it around a G.
Yeah, hell nah, not me. I can't do it.
I don't know how some people be dropping like 30 grand on a peppermint angel. Damn, that fish has a finite lifetime. You know what I mean? And in captivity, I doubt it's gonna actually reach that finite lifetime. So you buying a fish that you might get a good 10 years out of if you're lucky.
But the people that's dropping that 30 grand, Tristan, they probably make that in a week. You know what I'm saying? Like that money, that's a week worth of pay. Like they own a business. You know what I'm saying? That's a week's worth of like they ain't tripping off that. Like they want that exotic. They want that. They like that price tag. So they know like I'm the only one with this. Now I saw that video. I want to say Jake Adams put it out, like a peppermint angel. Man, the joint don't even look real. Like that joint looked like it looked like I went from like 720 to 4K. Like I was looking at a fit that looked so vibrant and so beautiful. And I was like, my God, like I don't even want to fall in love with that fish because I have no shot unless somebody just say, Here, DC, you know, this is sponsored by saltwateraquarium.com. We're gonna give you this peppermint angel. And I still be scared to put it in my tank. First, I don't want to kill it. Second, I don't want it to eat my corals.
Yeah,
But
I think that would be the first fish I ever like. If it does die, it'll be the first fish I ever like get mounted.
right,
Just-
right.
it's like this is worth a down payment on a house, a decent car, 4 years of college for this fish.
But imagine having that in your tank, right, and feeling like this fish is worth a real. This I could buy a Tesla with this fish. You know, it's like you think about that. You're like, man, it holds this like you're gonna be very biased towards it. Like, y'all look at this. Like, you know what I'm saying? When you come in, when somebody visit your house, you be like, look, check this out. Like you're gonna show that fish all the love, and it's constantly gonna be that showpiece. Like that joint is gonna be a trophy piece forever.
30 G's, I'd buy a 300-gallon tank just for that fish by himself.
I'm telling you, man. Like you have to.
I would feed him 8 cans every week. I'll just place an order for more 8 cans, just like I'm feeding these to a $30,000 fish. Well, I can understand that.
Yeah, that's a privileged fish.
That's a real privileged fish. I'm like, geez. Let's see, buy the fish, put my kid through school.
Exactly. I'll get the fish.
Yeah.
Yeah, I felt that way about the Gold Torch though. Like, because I bought it at when it was a cheap price, but when they when Coral Fish 12G put that video out, them still in the Gold Torch, I felt like I'm gonna favor this coral more now. Like this is the prize coral of my tank. It's because it costs so much now. Like this is it, the holy grail. Like y'all check this out. And I ran to Marquita. I was like, look, kid, I got this $1,000 coral in my tank. What? Like, who the man now?
How
She was
much
like,
did it
what?
cost when you got it?
I paid for it last year. It was like $150.
Damn, I brought mine. Yeah, I bought my Gold Torch for $25.
Ain't that crazy?
I think I sold about like I don't know, about like 15 heads total. I just sold the
Jeez.
last one, the last 4 heads Tuesday
Wow.
this week. I was just like, all right, I'm done. I'm good. Just a Gold Torch.
You kept some for yourself, right?
Oh yeah, of course. But
Yeah.
when I told my wife how much I sold it for, she went like, she looked at the tank like, damn.
Yeah. Did you flex on that, Tristan?
I did. I sure as hell did. I'm like, like,
had to.
like look what I did. You know what? We're gonna be able to get that refrigerator right now and finish off this garage right now with this money.
Yeah.
You understand that? This is what's paying for our trip next month, right? You understand?
Yeah, that's right. Tell her shut up. Yeah. Shut your mouth.
Don't be getting mad at me no more about these wet floors because all you have to do is mop.
That's right. That's right.
Made some monies.
Boy, I'm trying to. I can't wait till the day when I start selling my little frag packs or whatever, little Zoe packs. Not major. I ain't trying to compete, but man, I can't wait to throw it back in Keita face, yo. Like you talked all that trash about me. Like it's hobby too expensive, dude. Like shut up now. Then we about to go to Bahamas. Be quiet. You don't say nothing to me for the whole ride. Yeah, say I'm the man. Like you call I'm the man. I got one moment like that, Tristan. One moment like that, Jeremy, where I shut her up completely. Right.
Right.
We took a ride on a motorcycle, and I told her she had just got this vacation here. They put the braids in their hair, and I told her, I said, you need a mask because I had to buy a half helmet, half face mask, just one little bucket cap mask. Helmets, whatever. So I said, you need a bandana, something to go across your mouth. Now I don't need all that. Got on a bike, man. She had all kind of bugs in her face and mouth and stuff. And I saw her holding her face, and I said, why you holding your face? She said, I can't breathe. I should have bought that mask. I said, you know what? I don't want to hear nothing else out your mouth for the rest of this day. I said, and then you address me, I'm the man. And it worked one day. She was back to fussing me out. It's stinking in this house. It's like fish. I said, that's all right. Well, for that one, the rest of that day, I was the man. Because I told her so. I told you to get this bandana across your face. I told you. Nah, she don't believe me. So, Tristan, man, I will milk this for the rest of this day until y'all go on vacation.
Oh yeah. I mean, like it's been a couple of instances that, she was like, oh, we wanted to do something in the backyard with some like rocks and stuff like that. And it was pricey. It was like $1,500 to get these guys to come and do it. And because they were actually just in the neighborhood doing another job when I called them over and said, hey, can you do it? And said, yeah, we could do it today. And how much? And negotiated and whatever. And they were like, it's going to be about $1,500. I was like, okay, do it. So she saw these dudes go in the backyard, start doing some stuff, and she's like, whoa, what are they doing? I'm saying, well, they're doing what we talked about. She goes, okay. She goes like, how much is it gonna cost? I'm like, 1,500. She goes like, you gotta go to the bank? I'm like, no. She goes like, what are you talking about? I was like, don't worry about it. I got it in PayPal. She goes, what? I was like, don't worry about it. Because it was from selling all those, corals and stuff. And I was like,
Yeah.
PayPal the dudes or whatever. Well, she's like, damn. I was like, see, that's what it does. See, that was my fish money. That was my fish money I just spent. That's what she calls it, fish money.
Yeah, I like that.
See, I always
Man,
give myself an
you gotta get
allowance.
something
That's
back.
the thing. That's how I control my spending with fish stuff. Because even with owning a store or whatever, you still got to control yourself because it's nothing worse than being in it because you love the hobby and you have a fish store. Because when you see some stuff, you just be like, damn, I want that so bad. So bad. And it'd be at a price point that you just be like, that's nothing. It'd be like $40. And most people who got a job, a little bit of spending money, like swinging $40 ain't much, right? And then but what you're getting for that $40, you're just like, damn. But then he's like, oh, man, you know what? I need to calm the hell down. This ain't. I'll do it next time or something like that. I just need to calm down. So what I started doing is like every time I got a paycheck, all my money goes into the bank, but then I set aside a little bit of money, like $100 or $50 and I just let it build up so that when I want to buy something that's expensive or whatever, I could buy it without any guilt. No guilt whatsoever. I'm part of that no guilt life. I bet if I buy it, no guilt. I ain't trying to.
That's
I ain't
right.
trying to stress. Damn.
Okay. We sure covered a lot.
Yeah, it's pretty good talk today.
We sure covered a lot for sure.
Help me breeze through this rest of this day. I got about like 45 minutes left, and then I can stop working for the man.
Yeah, I actually got to go to. I got 11 minutes. 5 o'clock. I got to go to the school tank and do a water change and top that off. I'll spend another time.
Yo, DC, do you plan your day around maintenance that you have to do on your tank sometimes?
Absolutely.
Yo, grocery shopping takes such a back seat to like things I need to do for the tank.
Yeah.
Bro, you know
I got
what's
in
bad?
my mind, I know exactly what I'm doing for the rest of the day. I got to go to the school tank, do a water change on that. That should buy me another week and a half. Go home. I haven't done a water change on my tank yet, and I do plan on dosing some reflux. So I want to do that because I gotta let that sit for I can't do another water change after I do the reflux for 3 weeks. And then I gotta pack and get ready for Florida. I'm gonna be gone for a week. So I do base a lot of stuff around my fish tank and like a vacation and like, how long is this ATO gonna last me, stuff like that. So yeah, man, like everything. And I try not to be terrible with it. Like, try not to always, like when I'm with my fam or, if I'm on vacation, try not to integrate the hobby, you know what I'm saying? Every time we go somewhere or do something, but sometimes I just can't help it. Like New Orleans, I was like, I told Kid, I said, if you want to, you know what I'm saying? Like, We
That's how it always is. If you want to do
no,
this, you don't have
I
to.
was serious though. I was serious, Jeremy. I was like, if you want to, because like everywhere I go, I like to check out the LFS.
Of
Even if
course, that's a given.
right, even if I don't spend a whole bunch of time there, I want to check. Give me 2 hours out the whole freaking 5 days we gonna be here to check out the LFS. I could, and I'm big on Instagram. I like to do content and YouTube content. So let me go ahead, take my little few shots, and we out. So New Orleans, it was different, right? Because it's her birthday weekend. So they've been troopers. Her and the kids, like we went to Resmart, you know what I'm saying? That was Mother's Day weekend, you know what I'm saying? So I really was pushing it then. Went to a couple of like frag swaps, whatever, like that, right? So I was like, New Orleans, I said, I'm good on. I said, I'm not gonna do nothing towards the hobby, right? I said, I don't care if I go to LFS, the Crayon Show, or nothing, right? So Jeremy lives in outside of New Orleans, right? So we wanted to meet them. So we met them down on Bourbon that night, but we ain't really get it got real late, so we didn't really hang out like that. So Marquita, she said, hey, do you want to meet up with your friends before we leave? I said, sure. I said, cool. So we went over to Jeremy's house. Jeremy so happened to have fish tanks in there. Now, it wasn't my fault, Tristan, that Jeremy had fish tanks in there. It wasn't my fault. He happened to have 3 Pico tanks in there. But when we walked in the door, hey, it was fish tanks in. And we got the chance to get out of the downtown and the French Court and all that area. So it was a good change of pace. And then we was going out to eat anyway that night. So where we was going to eat at, it was like 10 minutes away from where Jeremy lives. So I was like, yeah. So I still got my fix, you know what I'm saying? But I wasn't really intrusive on that vacation. So.
I have to say this. When I first got into this hobby, I started with a freshwater 10-gallon tank, and I returned the tank even before I even set it up. I had bought a kit at Petco, a 10-gallon kit, and I returned the tank even before I set it up, and I set up a 20-gallon tank instead.
Did you guys time out?
I think we lost a little bit.
Oh, yeah, probably.
Yeah, I think Tristan, you went out. Your sound went out, Tristan. If you could hear us.
Oh,
I
y'all
just
still
came
there?
back.
Yeah.
I'm still.
Yeah, sorry about that. Yeah, so I set up this 20-gallon tank, and I put in coral-looking decorations and sand and coral-looking rocks, and then I put baby African cichlids in it. And that tank must not have been 2 months old when I got a deal on a 92-gallon Bowfront saltwater full setup for $200 on Craigslist. And I jumped headfirst in, broke down the 20-gallon, sold off all those fish, got rid of all that stuff, and now I had a reef tank with like 3 pieces of live rock and like 10 chromies in it, because that's all I could afford at the time. And throughout this whole process, my wife was extremely supportive of this hobby. And I gotta say that I don't even have to suggest it, but if we're going somewhere and it's someplace new, she always puts it in there like, oh, we can find out if there's any cool fish stores in the area. Because as having a reef wife, I feel extremely blessed.
Yeah.
It's like being married to a Victoria's Secrets model that loves fish.
Yeah.
Like you just thank God for your blessing. You just thank God every day that if you need old girl to come and hold a hose for you while you siphon out your fish tank, or
That's
a ride or die right there.
Right? You understand what
I got so many stories. Yeah, I got so many stories with my girl. Like, hey, babe, you think you could do this for me right quick? And she just sitting there like, what is it? And she gotta like hold something while I'm trying to plumb something, bro. Exactly.
Yeah, she is so funny, yo. Her and Marquita was having this whole powwow while me and Jeremy up here talking about fish tanks, and you could just hear them trashing us in the background. Like they was just going for it. Yeah, she was like, Marquita. Now I didn't know she was that. I know she's smart, but I didn't know she was hip to my games. So I have a motorcycle, right? And I pick up so I pick up the 2-year-old from daycare or whatever. But now school is out, and he doesn't go to the daycare no more. So I'll hit my kid like, it's nice outside. I'm gonna get on the bike for a little bit. Man, I take my ass straight to the elephant. I go straight to the elephants on the bike because what I'm saying, she know that I'm trying to get some riding.
Hey,
in.
yo, she
Cool.
just walked in on me just hearing that.
Hey, we just talking about fish.
She said hey.
Yeah, yeah. You know what the worst is though. So DC or even you, E, do you ask your significant other for their opinion, knowing damn well you're gonna do what you
they
want
don't
to
care.
anyway?
They don't give a damn what you talking. Bro, I do that all day. I'll be like, babe, do you see the difference in color right now? She like, yeah, I see it. Dude, she don't see nothing.
I had to the last frag swap I went to was in Lancaster, and we got this. I mean, mad late. Like in my opinion, I like to get there when the joints first open up. Man, we got there about like 1:00. So I didn't want I could. You know how you could feel like you're dragging them along. Like this is I'm having a good time, but they ready to go type deal. So it was like an hour in, and luckily enough, that area in Lancaster have a Turkey Hill the ice cream. That's where they made it at. So they had this thing called a Turkey Hill experience where you can go through you could check out you could taste all the ice cream, and they take you on this tour, and you can taste all the drinks that they do like iced teas and all that kind of stuff. That was my only saving grace from these show overloads, because I feel like it's because they have fun at them, but then I'm having deep conversation with vendors, and I'm hanging out with the Squad, and we chopping it up. You know what I'm saying? We could spend 6 hours there with no problem. At a show, it's not nothing for us, but 2 hours for them is 6 hours. They're like, okay, y'all done seen all the core. It's time to go. So I took them to the Turkey Hill experience, and it was the best thing.
That's
I think DC just cut out.
Yeah. Yeah, man. Because I be asking my wife all the time, like, how you think this rock work looks? She goes, oh, it looks good. I like it. I'm like, nah, I hate it. I said, why you ask me for my opinion then? I don't know. I need somebody to talk to.
You know what I think it is, though? We don't get the response back that we expect. That's what it is.
Yeah, sometimes I don't even want her to say nothing. I just want her to be there while I do stuff.
Or if she does say something, be like, oh my God, why does it look like that? Like you expect the excitement that you have. You know what I'm saying?
My wife would tell me all the time, you just want me over here. I'm like, yep, just sit down there, play on your phone, answer my dumb questions when I ask you, and just be ready to hold something. or plug something in while I'm holding the other end of it.
Man, look, that's why recently I just did the face
right.
mask.
But
with her.
I mean,
to do face mask. So.
The face mask.
Yeah, you see, stuff like that, bro.
What's a face mask?
She just did a black face mask, the little so she gets some products from TJ Maxx.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, she just did a little normal.
They clear your face, right?
Yeah, she just wanted to do something like that, and I was like, all right, cool. I mean, I'm always doing something else. You always doing something else with something dealing with me. So why I can't just take a couple of little photos with a couple of fun photos with the face mask on, because to me, I'm not gonna lie. I told her this recently. She has so many great ideas, and I feel like I focus on the tank so much, and I tell her so much about the tank, and we all got to do this with the tank, and I got to do this with the next project and all that stuff. I feel like I really ask more of her than she asks of me when it comes down to stuff with my hobby. I tell her oh, that's dumb. You got to get this concealer thing for her makeup, right? But it's I can't see that when it's that stuff is way cheaper than what I'm buying.
Right.
Bro, it
Like,
sound like your girl is like my wife. Be honest with you, because like just now today she was telling me like, oh Tress, we got to go buy some underwear and socks for the boys before their trip to North Jersey, and I'm like, damn, though,
oh,
that
the
is
kids
not.
always come first. Kids always
Yeah,
come first. That's
I
what
was like, but I'm thinking to myself like, yo, that doesn't fit into my plan right now for what I was planning to do this afternoon. But there be times where I have to like check myself, like, slow your roll, Tristan.
Yeah.
Just do what you got to do, get it done as fast as possible, and then you come back and do what you need to do. But always like, you just got to check yourself sometimes. You just can't make it all about you.
right.
Yeah, for sure. That's
Honestly,
I had that
honestly,
moment,
bro,
Tristan.
the priorities. You know what I'm saying? The priorities are more them, honestly, than us most of the time.
All right, y'all. I gotta jet out. I gotta go to the school and do the maintenance for the tank. So I'm gonna try to jump on do a live this evening. Once I'm finished from the school, I could probably go back live and we keep this party on.
All right, sound good, man. I'll talk to y'all later. Good talk.
All right, see you
All
later,
right.
man.
All right, let it get.
All right, cool.